Present.
Walks.
Here. Here.
Beta.
Here.
Johnny.
I am here.
Ravenclaw.
Here.
Thorn.
Present.
What is that?
So, when we last left off 2 weeks ago,
Oh, I can take that off of there, I guess, because that doesn't do any different. Wow, that's really good damage there.
okay. When we last left off, you guys were still at the bottom of the, under the Van Thamper Villa. You guys have made your way into what seemed to be the cultist quarters. After a brief short rest and sort of checking around and looting things from the people you just killed, you're about to set off when the door was sort of violently kicked open, and there you found the sort of armored, sword-out form of Rhea Mantlemorn, the woman you met at the Low Lantern, who decided to try to get up here on her own to try to find and save Thavius Krieg. You guys took her in. She informed you that she dispatched one of the last patrols that you guys had left. And then you guys kind of began to investigate rooms along the north side of the hallway on the north side of the complex. You found what looked to be a meat freezer, not just full of actual eating meat, but also hanging human bodies. You guys kind of went in through and kind of looted some of the kitchenwares, some of the good food they had there. You guys found a large dining hall area, and then what seemed to be somebody's sort of like sparse personal quarters. As you went in, you noticed that there was a writing desk, but not much written on anything. Just a bunch of really nice calfskin vellum paper, a full bottle of ink. The bed itself was Spartanly made, almost like army tucked in, creases, flush, straight, everything was nice. Inside a small chest, you guys managed to find laying on a sort of velvet plinth a symbol, a holy symbol of Torm, a silver necklace that was kind of left there reverently. Deciding to finally check out the two large double doors that were sort of marked with the saying of Zeriel, what has fallen can rise again, you guys began to unlock the door when they were violently swung open from the inside, sort of catching you off guard as a large spined devil, or large, I forgot what kind of devil it was, a large devilish creature, there you go, Barb Devil, sort of pointed the attack, and the cultists got the jump on you guys. A melee was had. It was a very tough fight. What is that noise? I don't know what that noise is. It was a very tough fight. A couple people went down. Your new companion, Rhea, sort of proved her worth, at least in battle to the group, as she was almost single-handedly taking down the Barb Devil. And just when things were about to turn your way, a door opened and a very angry, large, bulky, old woman sort of stepped through and kind of rolled up her fists and said she kind of had it with these intruders. And then she began to lay about until she was blinded by walks, and after that it just kind of became a sideshow, and the group prevailed, killing the demon and the cultists, but knocking unconscious Duchess Thalarma Van Thamper, taking her hostage to make sure that she finds the justice that is due to her. Upon searching the room that she went into, or she came out of, you guys found that there was a sort of statue, or an obsidian marble, what can I think of? Altar. And in the middle was sort of a flaming angel just kind of flying into place, completely made of flame, You guys knew that this was an angel of a depiction of Zariel, to which I believe it was Ravenclaw who walked in and sort of shot a force bolt at the altar, cracking it, kind of doing himself a disservice as he felt some sort of pushback by some magical force. And he now has some sort of madness where he has uncontrollable hallucinations. Upon closer inspection of the angel statue in the large altar cathedral room, where you guys had your melee, it was Ki Lim who found that there were some holes and some cracks in the head, showing that it was hollow. Upon Chani breaking the head open with her sword, a small mace fell to the ground. This mace was then given to Beta as a weapon to use in melee. There was a magical +1 mace that has the added ability to cast light from it. Deciding to continue, and it was almost at the urge of Sally, who really wanted to check the very last room while everybody wanted to leave. Everybody kind of gave in, bringing Sally all the way down to the last door. And as it was opened, you guys found the kneeling form of Thavius Krieg, sort of holding a candle in his hand, before this large shield, and he appeared to be uttering some prayers. You guys stepped in and found that this was a stone vault room that he seemed to be locked in. Upon turning around, he sort of looked at all of you, and it was Rhea who sort of charged into the room, ecstatic to see the High Overseer alive and well. He greeted her heartily, as Sally just ignored everybody and walked straight towards the shield that seemingly caught her attention. Everybody kind of moved around a bit until Keelim heard a voice in his head. The voice called himself the Hidden Lord, a trapped celestial within this shield. And he was asking for Keelim's help, to which Keelim said, "Nope. Nope." And he just took the shield off, not wishing to speak to the person anymore. And now we are inside the Van Thamper Vault with the shield of the Hidden Lord in Keelim's hands. After Thavius Krieg had sort of laid out his side of the story, to which a lot of insight checks were made. And those of you that decided to make those insight checks kind of believe him. He seems kind of adamant about what happened. What would you guys like to do?
Mark, you said we leveled up?
Yeah, I told you guys to have your level 5 sheets ready.
So, are we level...
No, you're still level 4.
Okay, thank you. That's why seeing that QM is taking the shield, which is... I'm going to investigate one of these chests. I'll start with the one to Sally's left.
Sally's left. So this one... Okay. So I'm going to go counterclockwise. So you open up the chest to your left, and you find that there is 100 platinum pieces inside. You decide to sort of wiggle your fingers over to the one on your right, and you open that up, and there's an additional 100 platinum pieces. This seems to be the Van Thamper family wealth.
So,
it is a total of 200 platinum pieces here.
well, what do we have here? Well, I think we've all earned a little reward, haven't we?
Zach, you have a lot of static coming in from your mic.
Wait, I do?
Yeah, it's like
Yes.
It's just like auto pinging off of your.
I would respond that while certainly we have earned a fair share of money, this is probably illegal, isn't it? Even here in the well-to-do neighborhood, probably especially here. How would we leave here with this family's money?
As a follower of Torm, to you I would say, fighters and soldiers who do good deeds earn their plunder. These were evil folk.
We've
Who
already
who's saying this?
been
That's
Dappers into
that's
custody.
Thavius Krieg who told you that, John.
Okay, thank you.
Helium will say, we're already taking the head of the family into custody. This is all going to be confiscated.
Well, I throw up my hands and saying, well, it's better confiscated by us than confiscated by the authorities. I am a mercenary after all. And I step forward to open a chest, flinging it open kind of enthusiastically and seeing what's inside it.
And as you sort of notice that Rhea kind of looks around and she has this look of consternation on her face as Thavius Krieg sort of puts his hand on her shoulder and he kind of nods. It is a just reward for the deeds you have done, child, for the deeds you have suffered. Think not on the acts of evil people. Think on the good. Ravenclaw,
Yes.
what's your passive perception? Johnny, you walk over. You walk over and you throw open the first lid, and you see inside these large, like electric blue and silver bricks glimmering in the sort of torchlight within. You find 30 ingots of electrum.
Well, I have a backpack that has plenty of space in it. So feel free to load me up, guys, because, I can carry a lot of weight.
Let's check everything first and see what we can carry as a group. We might have to, unfortunately, leave some behind just due to how much there is.
What's your passive again, Ravenclaw?
10.
Give me a perception check. Thorn, we'll say that you lift that one up right next to where Chani's standing, and you find that this one has 100 gold pieces.
We have 100 gold coins over here. And how about the other one?
I think that's the one you're sitting next to has 100 gold, and the other one we're trying to open has the 30 ingots.
Oh, okay.
Wax will come up to the beside Rhea and looking at Thavius, and kind of forgetting that he's in that form. Just, are you? And he'll. Sorry. Are you all right? You're not hurt too badly, are you?
Did you say you dropped your form?
No, he's still in the form, but he just changed his voice back to his normal voice.
And she'll kind of look at you like, is there no end to the depravity? He looks disgusted with you. Like sanctimonious disgust.
Oh, because I'm in the... Oh, trust me, this is not how I really look. It's in case any guards come by, you know?
Oh, sorry, Sally, I did that wrong.
Or platinum.
This one has 100 platinum. The one by Beta has 100 platinum. I apologize. This one is quite strange. You open it up, and sitting in like wrapped velvet is a bundled object. You begin to unwrap the velvet, and you see two halves of a dagger, broken. You can imagine that put together and make a very beautiful artistic piece. It is quite. It has like a ceremonial sort of feeling to it. Like the blade itself is carved from ivory, and there are strange runes kind of etched along the blade.
Mark, when you
And
say
you look at the hilt, and it seems to be carved of bone that's been smoothed down and polished, wrapped in beautifully soft leather, studded with multiple gemstones.
when you say two pieces, is it like blade and hilt, or is it like the dagger and the scabbard?
From tip to bottom, it's just cleanly split in half. No, it's blade and hilt.
I want to make sure when you say two pieces, but okay.
It's in two pieces. A
I
1
will.
millimeter piece of the tip and the rest of the dagger.
I will wrap that up, and I'll put that dagger in my pack.
You guys watch as Sally lifts something from the treasure chest and just puts it in her pack.
I am not suspicious at all, as I am lifting up stuff and putting it in my pack as well. I think we're all looting here.
Do I actually notice her doing that?
But
Yeah, I mean, she didn't say she did it. She didn't say anything about stealthily sleight of handing it, so she just kind of shoved it in her pack.
All right.
Siren, the last chest, you're standing by, you open it up, and you find 20, sorry, not 8. That's coffer number 8. You open it up, and it contains 20 azurite gemstones. You sort of give it your roguish look over, and you're like, man, it's about 10 gold each, probably, for these stones. Sally, what languages can you speak? Perfect. As you were looking at the blade, you saw that the runes were indeed draconic, and they spelled out Fang, F-A-N-G.
Ooh, okay.
So this is, let me get it. This is the description. I'll put it in. And all of you guys together can easily carry all of that loot. So
while all that was going on, I stepped to Thorn and whispered what I noticed.
Thorn would take it if Ravenclaw said there was something weird with the guy's shadow. I will perform malice.
Thorn, you walk up to the shadow and you see that it's sort of like this pudgy, bulbous-looking shadow with horns and small wings.
Let's use another divine sense. That'll be my last one. See if there's any unusual creature standing here that I can't actually see.
You channel your divine sense and the sort of sonar ping, boom, kind of shoots out. And oddly enough, you don't pick up any celestial, fiendish, or undead presence.
This does look like an odd shadow, but I am not detecting anything unusual.
Not even from this thing? And Keelan will hold up the shield.
Not even from the shield.
It does not.
So, Keelan, are you gonna keep the shield?
Well, aren't we supposed to return it?
Well, all we're supposed to do is just take care of the Van Dampers. The shield is ours.
Keelim, in your head you hear, returning me would be a grave mistake. For those I was taken from wish to use me for much ill. In your hands, I would do better to serve.
I will respond to the shield. I go, I'm not skilled with wielding such as you. If you had to choose, who would you feel would do the most good?
One fit to bear my might.
I immediately think of Thorn.
And you hear a, he is strong.
What's the matter, Keelan? Your mind seems to be on something.
Yeah, it's called thinking. You should try it sometime.
Ooh.
I think you need a healing potion for that one.
Johnny is thinking you might need a burn solve for that one.
Be warned. Be warned, child of death. And he's still speaking to you, Keelan. Those who I was taken from hunt me. They wish me returned. It's only a matter of time before they find me. I hope you are up for the task.
And do these who seek you have a name?
They call themselves Knights, the Hidden Lord.
Knights of the Hidden Lord?
Sorry, I fucked that up. Knights of the Shield. I lost my place in my notes.
Does that ring a bell to me?
Give me a history check. With the -2, you have heard of some knightly orders. Not one specifically Knights of the Shield. They were once a force of good, who have turned to depravity. I was taken from them, and taken again from those that originally took me, until I have found myself here, in this vault, waiting. And now I can serve you, or your friend.
I'm curious. What do you get out of serving us?
A chance at the outside world. To be free of devil worshippers.
Well, I definitely feel you there. Then I basically lose my glassy-eyed stare. Now I'll say, well, if we get to do whatever we want with this shield, here, and I will throw it to Thorn. Try that on for size.
Please catch it.
Do I need to make a save or anything for that?
No, you catch it. You sort of drop the shield reflexively in your hand, and your shield sort of clanks to the ground as you reach up and you grab. the straps of the heavy, ornate shield. Thorn, you hear a voice in your head. Take me in.
Declare yourself.
I am the Hidden Lord, Master of the Shield. Do you wish me to serve with you?
If you will provide aid, I will accept your aid.
As soon as you say I accept your aid, you feel this sort of power surge through you. And I will move this to Thor.
How does it feel, Thorn?
So you, while holding the shield, you get the +2 bonus to AC, but you're not resistant to fire.
I am not, or I am.
You are resistant to fire. And I put the shield in your hand out. Prove yourself to me, warrior, and I will give you gifts you could only imagine.
Help me destroy my enemies, and help me destroy my enemies, and I shall wield you. I shall wield you as long as you help me destroy my enemies.
We will destroy them all. And there's almost like a hunger in his voice.
Do you possess a name?
You may call me the Hidden Lord.
Well, if you all have taken your prize, I say we get her back to Captain Zodge before she wakes up.
Yes, please. I would really like to get out of this dress. It's kind of running in some places.
You still need to roll to play walks. You need to lead us out of here without issues. Perhaps you can get us a carriage so we can ride back without problems.
Being discreet, wasn't that the thing we had to be?
Yes, and as I cannot turn. I'm low on spells, so you are gonna have to help me get out of here.
I have an idea, Sally. Why don't you wear this sack all over your head? Then nobody will be able to tell who you are.
Watch it, girl.
I think that sounds like a brilliant idea.
Well,
I think
there's that.
Simon's onto something.
Well, there is that way out. Lady Ray, what method did you use to get in here?
I took the sewers.
Okay, so we have going through the more sewers, which reek, and filled with unknown numbers of diseases, or we take the other route through the front door without trying to be caught by a dozen guards, while somehow trying to get a carriage while trying to be discreet at the same time. With the carriage that shouts, "Look at me."
You're dressed as your Demper right now. You have all the power. They will not question anything you say.
Philip will start pushing him towards the door and he goes, "Stop making excuses."
But I don't want to die! I'm kind of tapped right now!
Die, and yet when you're dead, no one hears you complaining.
I swear, if I end up dying, I will haunt you to the very end!
Get in line.
You must ask a favor. We must a quick detour on the way out.
What is this detour?
Out of the city.
Where to? Out of the city.
Out of the city, out on the outskirts. I assure you, nothing is going to happen.
We need to take Lord Krieg to someone who can help. These people have locked him up. He has information.
And
What would going outside of the city do?
it will relieve some burden.
Well, we should be heading to Zaj first. We should get going. Are you ready?
Seconds in order for the burden to be unloaded.
Oh boy. This is gonna end us getting us killed, isn't it?
Not unless you don't do your role properly.
Fine. Show must go on then.
Rock, put on
Johnny?
the best show you can come up with.
Johnny, you notice that the tied up bundle that you have on your shoulder is now beginning to kick and move as the hour you guys had that she was knocked out is over.
Oh God.
How do you
You said knock her out gently, and my immediate response was, "It starts to kick and move." Well, I kick it back in the head, but then Siren said gently, and the last time I tried to do this gently, I probably close to killed her. So
Just make a strength check.
I will make a strength check. Just not athletics, straight strength.
Sure, athletics.
Okay, I'm going to do that.
Goes limp again.
Perfect. I just kind of motion to the group. It's starting to kick and move, and then I just, with the back of my heel, kick the where I think the head is. Crack. Yep. Never mind. Problem solved.
Now she's asleep for 2 hours.
Perfect.
That was a nice shot.
If memory serves, when I was brought to this manor home, there is a stable house with carriages and horses. I'm sure if your friend dresses as the Duchess, we should have no trouble exiting the manor home.
Well, if it'll take.
If what I know is correct, opening the gates to get to the outside with the refugees might be a bit more problematic than a quick jaunt to the outer city. I don't know
worry
about you,
after we see Zaj.
but a mob of thousands might be a bit of a match for you all.
Let's get out of here first before we decide on whether we need to vacate this city.
Yes, I wholeheartedly agree. And he kind of walks up and he kind of places his arm around Reyes, and she's kind of leading him out as you guys make your way out of the room.
I had Nevermore stay invisible and kind of keep an eye on them. Nevermore was kind of just staying very close behind him.
I will place a hand over Walks' shoulder and start leading him out.
I swear, if you weren't a good drinking buddy, I would hurt you. I would smack you right now.
Come on, he's an old man. You gotta be careful with your elderly.
This
What you got against Keelim?
this old man made a body into a husk.
Yeah, I don't think this old man in quotation marks is an old man. Old people can't move like that. Nope.
Keelan will squeeze your shoulder with his hand that he used to suck the life out of people.
Don't touch me!
Yeah, so I don't know how you guys want to do it, but the 30 electromagnets are 10 gold pieces each. There is a total of 300 gold and 200 platinum, as well as 200 gold in gems.
I've got it, Mark. I'm doing a breakdown for everybody. I'm going to post it here to our chat once we're on our way.
Okay, so with Walks in the lead...
Not everybody will get the exact same amount. Just letting you know, because the treasure is not exactly divisible evenly. But it'll be fair.
No problem.
Okay. Let's see here. With Walks dressed and acting like Falarma Venthamper, he begins to move out first, and you guys kind of follow behind, taking good care to make sure that the bundle over Chani's shoulder isn't visible as the actual Valarma Venthamper. You guys begin to move out of the vault room, back down through the sort of stinky sewers now that the cultists have not been kind of mixing in their incense smell. And you guys make it into the cellar, up the stairs, into the kitchen. The kitchen is empty.
Before we go back out, outside, I'm going to put that armor back on to make myself look like a guard.
Oh, yeah, right. What happened to all the armor that you guys had?
I know that Keelim dumped his down here in the cellar. Chani left hers, like, in the main foyer of the house.
I did. I took it off before we went
so he's probably
upstairs.
still wearing his.
Yeah, I would definitely try to urge Chani to put the armor back on, just for my sake.
If we go by where I dropped it off, that was where we saw the young maid. If we go through that room, I'll go ahead and put the plate back on, but it takes a while to don it, and I'll need somebody to help me.
Well, as you guys get up through the cellar into the kitchen, you notice that there's nobody there, and you begin to make your way into the main hallway. And as soon as you step out there, Walks, you hear sort of shouts of alarm. Duchess! Duchess, is that you? Are you safe? As two of the guards from the outside begin running up towards you.
Oh, yes, I'm fine. No thanks to this group that has been with me.
There were intruders. Your son, he's been murdered. And the guards who were protecting him have been killed.
I just told that boy to get better guards.
Give me a performance check.
Alright.
As a mother who just lost her son.
Oh boy.
If I can stab you.
She's a little buffer, though, so she doesn't.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, did she really sound like she actually cared about it from everything that we've heard about
She's
her?
a cool-hearted bitch. Just go with it.
No, of course.
Yeah, I can make more sons.
She's an old bag. She's dried out.
She's a rich old bag. Betty White's probably still doing it.
When the guard talks about how there were intruders and that their son was killed, I will turn to Walks and I go, then we should make haste. We should get you out of here as soon as we can. I will turn to Chani. Commander, they said there were intruders. We should leave now.
As you say, Commander, and Chani walks out in her like tribal leathers and greatsword.
No, I put the armor back on, I thought.
No, you guys just got out of the kitchen because Keelim left his in the cellar, and you left yours near the front door.
And I'll move back.
Well then,
Like, you took yours off as soon as you got into the house, and I'm like, you don't want to keep it on any longer? You're like, no, I don't want to wear this shit. And
No,
then you
I-
took it off like right in the front hallway. You guys are in here. I'll move to the map.
yeah, go to that map because it was a room to the left of the main door that I took it off in. Was where we met the young girl.
It was
Let me
like
see
the right in the front room.
I think
Here's
it was-
Chani's armor. I'm just going to turn on global illumination. Well, I can't. So, Chani, this was the image. I'm going to move you there. That was the image drawn of your armor.
Okay, then yeah, that's where my armor is.
And you guys are in the kitchen. Making your way out of the kitchen. You
Okay,
guys
well
are
then,
currently here.
no, I'm going to go ahead and play it up. I'm going to say, well, the armor was getting hot, and while I was performing my duties, I decided to remove it since I wouldn't need. I didn't expect to be assaulted within this house.
Caleb's face is just like starting to just like droop into like a. God.
And yeah, this is what I look like under my armor, and I put my hands on my hips. And setting down the bag first, and kind of kicking.
And the guard's like, that doesn't make sense.
And what do you have to say about it?
You all ran here saying that you were inspecting intruders and that there was danger. Why would you take off your armor and not expect to be attacked if you expected there to be intruders? And you see him kind of like backing up and putting his hand on his sword.
That's just our commander for you. She likes to fight.
I'll probably step in with the best sword voice. Like, if you dare pull an inch of that sword out, I will rip it. I'll rip through your skull.
Give me an intimidation check with disadvantage.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh, I'm
Still
about
have
to roll.
inspiration?
Because your guys' story is not adding up.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
For God's sake, you guys. Worst liars ever.
Why have we stopped?
Look,
The two
These-
guards are going to make insight checks after that intimidation.
oh no! Oh, are you serious?
They start running towards the front door.
I
Are we
chase-
gonna stop
can
them?
Intruders! They're screaming.
Oh my God!
What do you guys
I
do?
wanted to. Yeah.
Caleb will throw his helmet down and he goes, "Well, so much for that," and he will just shrug off the armor that he.
As they start running, Keelan starts shrugging off the armor, and you watch Chani launch forward. Chani, give me an athletic.
Yeah, I want to try to knock him over the head if I can. Oh God! Well,
Aww.
I can't. I trip over the bag that I set down in his face.
Is it? How's it supposed to go?
We are just klutzes. We're
So
just,
they took off running, and you immediately sort of swam forward, and you began to run. And as you turned the corner, your foot just kind of slipped underneath you, and you kind of hit the ground, and they kind of stop, and they turn, and they look at you, and you look at them, and they look at you, and you look at them, and then they start to turn around again. Give me another athletics check.
As they're
What are
doing
the rest of you guys doing? Just kind of like, whoop, there she goes.
Oh my
I
god.
wanna cast a minor illusion of a intimidating looking male orc in front of them to stop them from running through the door.
They're already out of your vision.
What kind of story does that roll tell?
Can I go for it and use prestidigitation to like lock the door on them?
Thorn looks down at Keelim. Is the plan going well?
So just to give you an idea of, so
Sorry.
let's see, Wax would have been here, Keelim would have been here, and then Shawnee sort of walked up, and everybody else is kind of like filling in this area, kind of behind. The guards were here, and then they took off around as Shawnee bolted forward, fell down here as the guards stopped, and as they began to turn around, like a cat, Shawnee sort of got on all fours and leaped forward and grabbed both by the neck. Shawnee, what do you want to do with them?
I would like to bash their heads together to knock them out. If at all possible. Like just smack their two heads together like
Give me two attacks.
Okay. I gotta make a change though because you said we're not level 5 when I did level up 20 sheets. So let me actually just subtract 1 from my attacks because all that changes here is my proficiency.
That's good.
Well, there's 1.
Yep.
There's another 1.
Okay.
Well, so 26 and a 10.
So the guy on the left started like wriggling out a bit as you started driving their heads together, but you sort of crooked the guy in your right hand's neck in an odd angle and just sort of use that to correct the trajectory, and you just slam both their fucking heads together. There's an audible crack of breaking bone from their skulls.
Of course there is.
You're pretty sure you might have broken the guy's neck in your right hand.
Oh, no.
But you kind of like drop them and they fall limp.
And Siren's like, gently, Johnny, gently.
Disaster averted.
He goes, stop playing with their food. We gotta go.
I turn around and kind of shrug my shoulders and say, sorry, I think. And then I walk back over and pick up the bag of old lady.
Okay.
And sling it over my shoulders. And next time they just won't make fun of my outfit, will they?
As Keelan passes walks, he goes, well, at least plan B was a success.
Plan B? Since when do we have a goddamn plan B?
Broke freaking necks.
Plan C for Johnny, but I didn't want to make you feel bad.
And
Well,
at least if
that's
we're going to lie, can we at least have the story straight when doing so?
I didn't get a chance to tell the story.
Not you, Wax. You need to learn to be more mean, by the way.
I
Sheesh.
thought Johnny played that
Can we
perfectly.
get to
Johnny played it like hell.
the stables now? I don't want to be dudling
Yes,
anymore.
yes, let's go, and let's go.
Yeah,
find
let's just get the hell out of here.
Let's just go.
Before stopped, we came here
You
to
see
find
that he's
intruders.
like, yes, to the stable house then.
Yes, yes, and let's see if we also find that armor for Johnny.
Since you don't know how to act like a noble, perhaps when we walk in, just say, saddle the horses and equip the carriages.
Right. So all the horses go up the carriage. And I don't know how to be a noble because I've never had the luxury to be a noble.
Fox, just sound demanding.
Simple and direct. That's all you need to do, and everybody will follow in place.
You
Just
guys
sound
make your way.
Like you, make
You guys-
yourself useful. Do this, do that.
You guys make your way towards the back patio area. Siren opening the door. There is no patrol currently in the back, and you have a straight shot clear to the stable house.
Alright then, shall we?
You know isn't there a back door?
Yeah,
We're
you have to
going
walk through the- Sally, or Shawnee, you notice that not only are you carrying the bulk of the actual Duchess, but you feel a sort of fluffy thing land on your other shoulder.
Oh god, not the fucking cat.
And you see that Slobberchops seems to wants to come with.
Yes, I pet the cat under the chin, and I said, "Well, who else is gonna feed you now?" And
Keelim, you turn around and you see that there's the Tressum Slobberchop.
Yeah, I figured he'd want to come.
Leave the fucking cat.
He leaps off of your shoulders, Johnny, lands on Keelim.
Isn't it going to
Perfect.
give us away? I
He
mean,
just kind of lounges on your neck like a neck pillow, and it just kind of does the cat thing where it turns into an accordion, and just everything grows longer.
Oh, nice. It's just a stray now. We'll just take it with us.
Johnny, how are we supposed to take care of that when we can barely take care of ourselves half the time?
Well, it seems to be able to take care of itself. I responded. As when danger happens, it vanishes, disappears when the danger is past.
Siren, as you make your way forward, you hear the neighing of horses, and the beating of a hammer making tinny noises. Ting, 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 like over and over.
Okay.
You are supposed to be leading us. Now get in the fucking front.
There's no one inside the stables, so I'm gonna need Walks to go up the front.
Yes, remember, Walks, you have to act like you own everything. You're the best thing in the world right now, okay? Gives you a thumbs up.
Alright. Alright. Alright, think like Sally. Think like Sally. No, I can't really. That's really too evil. Okay, think less like Sally. Think less like Sally.
What the fuck is that supposed to mean?
Think worse than Sally, you fool! I'm gonna smack you pretty soon! Ah! Worse than Sally, you fool! As you just see right over the face palming, like,
Siren, you walk up closer and you see that there seems to be a man in his middling years, sort of bent over an anvil, beating on what looks to be a red-hot horseshoe.
Oh.
Just a ting 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 ting, just kind of beat.
Alright. I guess I'll just push the door open.
So you push the door open. Ting
Yeah.
ting ting ting.
Ready the carriages. I grow tired of this place.
And you kind of hear a ting ting. What? Ting 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 ting.
Like I'll probably go up and like kind of like grab the swinging arm just as it comes up, just like ready the carriage. I'm growing tired of this
So
place.
as you sort of reach for the hand and you sort of touch it, he turns around. Bloody hell! What the fuck? Duchess, my apologies. Did see you there as just showed him the horses like you ordered.
Of course, but I grow tired of this place. I would like the carriage to be ready immediately.
Yes, and right away. And you see him. It's a pretty arduous process for one person. It takes a while. And you see that he actually outfits 2 carriages with all 3 of the sort of draft horses. It takes a good 40 minutes of him doing this by himself without anybody helping. And he's sort of eyeing everybody as they're coming in, as this is a pretty strange group for a dude to be.
I'll actually like just thinking back to a certain comment made in the previous rooms, I'll snap over to Sally. Can you help him, please?
Oh, nice.
Do I look like I know how to do this?
You see the guy suddenly. You see the guy suddenly like rub his chin as he looks at you, Sally. I know you.
Do I know the guy?
No, you don't know the servant. He's like, are you the one they're looking for? The murderer? Nah, you couldn't be. You're too well dressed. That's
Yes.
strange. And then he just starts going, and he's just started to attack the horses back in.
Yes, it's.
Where that fucking walks?
I will give a cheeky grin and point. Today's the day you are going to learn.
Come on, love, I'll show ya. And he kind of waves you over. It's pretty easy. It's like strapping in one of them girdles you ladies wear.
Oh, there's gonna be a murder. There's gonna be another murder. There's gonna be a double homicide.
Come on. I'll show ya. And he kind of like, where?
I'll look over to the others to make sure that no one's looking, and I'm just gonna like do a little crack up face before stone face once again.
Sally,
Sorry, I'm not sure where we are.
I fucking go over and I'm gritting my teeth the entire fucking time.
He's like, alright, you gotta fit the bridle into their mouth, see? And you gotta make sure that their eyes are covered from the side so they don't have no peripheral vision if anybody tries to spook them from the side. He's kind of taking you through all this stuff. And after you get one, he's like, bloody good job. And he kind of, thanks for the help. And he, as you sort of turn around, you almost feel a light slap on your butt. And then you turn around and you see him looking at his hand.
Is there a hammer nearby?
Yeah, there's a hammer on the anvil.
When Sally told Thorn to go help the man, Thorn took up the hammer and started working on the horseshoe. I am helping.
Ding, ding.
I'm reaching for the hammer on the anvil, and I'm trying to.
You see that Thorn has it in his hands, and he's beating the horseshoe with it as he sort of just pulled it out of the fire as he's helping the man with his work while he was fitting up the horses. Yeah, and after a while, you sort of get everything lined up to where it's a nicely formed horseshoe.
See, it wasn't all that hard, now was it?
And you see him sort of. You see the old man whose name is Sarvinder begin to kind of walk back over towards the anvil, sort of looking at his hand, and he's thank you, sir. As he looks at Thorn, and he kind of does the "sir" with a question mark at the end.
Yes,
And it takes the horseshoe and he begins to kind of like scrubbing it, and he kind of, Thorn, as you walk away, you see him looking at Sally, and he kind of whispers under his breath, she's got some strange padding under there.
Right, so let's get out of here, shall we? And
which one of y'all is going to be driving the carriage?
Walks.
You're going to have the Duchess drive her carriage?
No, I said I'm riding with her, not driving her.
Actually, wait, who does have better affinity with animals?
So sorry if I'm not with the rest of the group. My token, I was busy doing math and didn't see where you all went.
Oh, no problem.
That's all right.
I would have followed the group with the bags.
So I'll probably look over to. Shall we leave? And as we get into the carriage, I'll look over to the guy and say, "Thank you. For once, I'm going to be generous. And for once, I'm going to be generous. Take the day off."
Do I still get paid?
Do I still get? Of course, you're going to get paid. Why do you think I still keep you?
This is great news. Thanks, Mum. And you see him kind of run out of there.
Is he gone?
He's gone.
I'm gonna punch fucking Walks in the face.
I am going to take a step back right behind Johnny.
Make a melee attack.
So it's
This is good. This is gonna be your strength.
it's strength proficiency because you're always proficient in unarmed attacks, right?
Yes.
So it's gonna be strength plus -1 plus 2. So 19.
I believe that hits you, Walks.
Yeah, I was gonna say, could I bend backwards to avoid it or anything?
Pretty much. Sally walks over and she just hits you with the most limp-wristed punch you've ever felt in your life, and it does absolutely no damage to you due to her -1 strength mod.
It's just a bitch slap.
It was the most flaccid sort of hand slap. It did no damage because of her modifier, which is why goblins can punch each other all day. It is possible to do no damage on the attack, and Chris just demonstrated that for us.
I'm just gonna let a cheeky grins that was for the earlier comments.
I pull out a dagger.
Now, Johnny would step in front, say, now. Walks was playing his role, and he did very well, actually.
Thank you, Johnny. Would you like to ride us out of here?
Yes.
All right, now
Am I still heaving the grandma bag? Because I wanna Red Dead Redemption 2, just throw it on the back of a horse.
We can say that you stow her in the carriage compartment on the back.
Perfect. And I'll drive the cart. I mean, I'm the captain.
Okay. Did you grab your armor, or are you just still in your left?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I grabbed the armor, and I dejectedly grabbed the armor. I'm not happy. So I guess I'll let somebody else drive the carriage while I go in the back of the carriage and get dressed.
Let's say the girls help you out, put stuff on, and you're good to go.
Okay.
Sitting in the front, there's an audible groan in the axle of the wagon as you kind of get to the front. But who's driving the second wagon? Or the second carriage?
I guess I will.
If you don't want to, I can have Rhea drive.
She can drive. Be my guest.
You man-changey thingy.
Yes.
It would do best that when we are hailed at the gates that you step out from the wagon and perhaps someone announce you, and for them to open the gate on your command, since you apparently commanded them to be closed and that no one should be let in or out.
All right.
Can you remember all that? Would you like me to repeat it slower?
Oh.
Walks sound scary. You can do it.
Good, and then before you can get a word out, he just sort of turns around and he hops back into the wagon. Let us be on our way.
Simple words, Walks. Just step out.
Open the gates.
Shout. By the name of the Duchess, open the gates. all you need to remember.
Right.
And I'll get in the cart now.
And you guys begin to thunder out of the carriages, making your way. Let me bring up.
I'm literally clawing my face and saying, Moak.
I like playing noble people. They're so much fun to be snooty.
I'm just gonna keep giving Sally that little cheesy grin.
You guys are currently in the upper city. Here.
Did they update the map or?
This is a new map that I didn't notice was in here because it was shoved all the way to the right next to the archive folder. And I was like, why wouldn't they keep this?
Maybe when they fucking I had so much trouble with Tomb of Annihilation finding shit.
So
That's really cool.
There's a bunch of handouts where, like, I find like I had to dig through layers and layers, and I'm like, oh, this would have been fucking helpful. This would have been helpful. So, yeah. So you guys are here on the other side of High Hall. You guys remember that Sally's house was over on the north side of the Wide, over by Harbury's Bakery, and you guys begin to move towards the closest gate, which is this gate here, Baldur's Gate.
Oh yeah.
Johnny, you carefully drive at a pretty good pace. I mean, you are in the sort of nicer portion of town, and you do notice that the other carriages that are driving by aren't going awfully fast. So you're sort of matching the pace, trying your best to sort of control the draft, like the strong draft animals. And it's sort of a thrill to be able to do this. It's like riding on a motorcycle for the first time, and you kind of feel the power in your hands. And you're kind of going, and you want to, like, just let loose and rip, but you're like, I better not. And after like a good 10-minute ride through the cobble streets, you find your way in front of Baldur's Gate, where some guards sort of walk up, their hands out in a halting manner. All gates by order of Duchess Thalama Van Thampa are hereby closed for travel in and out of the upper city.
Yep, I will shuffle my way out and look at the guard. By the name of the...
You step out, and as soon as you step out, the door opens, you kind of slam to like, oh, bloody hell, and they sort of like bend over at the waist in like a really low bow.
yes, get up. By the name of the Duchess, open the gates already.
Right away! Open the gates! There's just like a hive of activity, and after like what seems to be a minute of getting people in and out, they everything starts to open up. Johnny, you see the barrier now is just barely wide enough to let somebody through. Do you wait, or are you just fucking shotgun it?
I am gonna go back in.
Can you there?
Yes. Sorry, did you ask me a question?
Yeah, do you just thunder through the gate while it's still trying to open, or do you wait for it to fully?
No, I just keep it going. Sorry, yes. I expected that they would obey Van Thamper's order immediately.
Ooh, excuse me. So as soon as it gets just wide enough, you gun it through there, and some of the guards jump out of the way to where like the gate scrapes against some of the wagon wheels or the carriage wheels as it thundered forward, and you watch as Rhea sort of kind of right behind you, sort of leaving a trail of dust as you now guys are kind of like hauling ass now through the lower city.
Oh yeah.
People are jumping out of the way, and then like those of them that don't get out of the way fast enough, you sort of scream. And they sort of look, and they just barely get out of the way, and you guys begin to make your way back towards Eastway and the Basilisk Gate. And there, after a good 15-minute just hell ride on these carriages as you're like weaving in and out of these streets, because you guys remember it took you like an hour to walk from one place to the other. Getting there in record time, you find and sort of drift into the front, and like all the guards of the Flaming Fist kind of back up against the stone a little bit, and there's some looks of recognition, and they just kind of chuckle and laugh as they see you kind of sitting on top of a carriage.
I think once the coast is clear, I will shift back into my regular form. Like once the coast is clear.
If anybody's sitting up front in the carriage with me, I would probably like want to hand somebody the reins and start stripping off the arm, tossing it in the back of the cart. I mean, at least take off the helmet. I can't breathe under this thing. I'm feeling like I'm suffocating.
Easy enough. You start stripping the plate off. You notice that there's a lot more onlookers now as you start kind of just ripping all this stuff off in the street. A lot of appraising glances from those other members of the Flaming.
Yes. We're making a name for ourselves, guys.
Rhea jumps off the wagon after she'd pulled up and kind of set the wheel brakes in the front of the carriage. She jumps down, opens up the door, and kind of holds her hand out for the High Overseer. Rhea, thank you, my dear.
I'll probably step out too, even though I know I'm wearing the whole thing, but now my default form, and I'll probably try to help Ray out, but kind of be like, told you that wasn't how I looked.
So are we gonna give the Duchess's clothes back? Because I don't think it should be appropriate for her to be, well, basically naked.
Yeah, but she's also a right prick.
Okay.
Yeah, the least she deserves is shame.
You have to take them right off.
Besides,
Prison out.
there ain't nothing wrong with nudity, right?
In my experience, a good prick should always be naked.
Not
Naked
that kind
and
of
yell that
prick.
shame.
Hey, wrong prick. Wrong prick. But can I go somewhere to change now? It's a little bit breezy in the nether regions.
What is wrong with you people and wearing clothes and not wearing clothes?
I don't mind being naked.
Alright?
How much longer before you think she's gonna wake up? Maybe you can change once we get her to the commander.
Alright. If I have to deal with this, and maybe I could use this for a costume or something. I don't know. Shall we get the old windbag out then? Actually, where's the windbag?
Give me a second here.
Oh, we stuffed her in carry-on.
Yeah, she was unceremoniously kind of dumped by Chani into the luggage compartment on the back.
Alright then.
I think we should, Sally, you don't have any ideas of what you want to do with the Van Thamper woman?
I have plenty of ideas of what I want to do.
Keelim,
we should take.
go ahead.
You all wanted to take her to Dodge. So,
Yeah, I think
just
Zodge wants to talk to her, I thought.
Keelim, as you begin flipping through the book, Last Charge of the Hell Riders, you open it up and you see that the pages have been cut out and there's a cavity. Inside the cavity are 2 iron keys.
Interesting. So this is just an empty book with 2 keys.
pretty much just a worthless book that was used to hide 2 iron keys.
I'm a little upset about that. I was going to enjoy a good read.
Why are we all standing around? I thought we had some places to be. He's kind of just looking around.
Right. Chani, would you like to fetch the bag?
Yep. I grabbed the bag. Now that I'm out of the armor, I'm in a much better mood. And I have divided up the treasure and given everybody their share. And I'm feeling light and cheery. As a mission is finally accomplished successfully. We have had a series of failures. And now we get to report to Zodge that we are triumphant in his last request.
Well, let's not count it as a success yet. She might die. You did hit her pretty hard, and multiple times.
Yeah, but Zodge did say that they could bring her back, so...
Well, she hasn't stirred in a while. I open the bag and look inside.
Her face is like severely beaten, but you can see like blood bubbles coming out of her nose, so she's breathing.
Perfect. I say that too. I say, well, it looks like she's still breathing, so let's hurry and get her there before she dies.
Keelan will take a look and he goes, well, probably a fractured skull, maybe some head trauma, but she'll live.
Alright then. To Zodge?
To Zodge.
Sort of knowing your way around, you guys lead your ragtag party. Walk's still wearing a dress, I believe.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait till after we hand her over, then find a place to change, and I'm gonna keep the dress, because this could be a good costume later on down the line.
And
you could always turn into a pretty girl.
You guys get some looks as you kind of walk by, because some of you still have the sort of like battle scars and like bruises and cuts and some dried blood. Walks is wearing a dress, drawing some sniggers from some of the other guards and officers inside. I climb to... Go ahead.
I think as I hear the Snickers, I'll be like bowing, like, thank you.
Yeah, you guys get to the 3rd level where the meeting room is, and you kind of knock politely on the door and kind of open it up, and you see that it's Zodge again with his kind of retinue of sergeants. And he kind of looks up, and he kind of looks at every one of you, and he looks at Walks in a dress, and he just smiles.
I think Key Lim still has slobber chops on his shoulders.
Yeah, he's just purring content. He's starting to drool a little bit now.
I'll probably do a little twirl. It's like, what do you think? Too forward? Too flashy?
Well, looking that you're here alive, I'd say just about right. Come on in, grab a drink, regale me on the stories of your adventure. I assume the disguises I set you up with worked? Of course they worked. I came up with the plan.
We got the job done. Johnny, you want to show him?
I smile widely and say, my, it's good to see you again, Zodge, and in such good health. As you see, we are too, this time. And I'm just smiling ear to ear, and I unfasten the bag and just kind of roll the body out of it. See?
As you guys begin to fill in, Chani drops the body. Last in is Rhea and the High Overseer. And you guys hear a voice you didn't notice in the corner kind of stand up. Bloody hell! Why isn't he in chains? And you look over and you see that it's Fallister Fisk. And he's holding what looks to be a chest in his hand.
They do not want him in chains.
He is a monster. He destroyed that city. Now, let us not jump to conclusions, young man. I am no monster, and I have not destroyed any city. And he looks to Zaj. He was in league with her. What's your proof, son? I don't have any right now, but this box is the key. This is the proof, but I can't open it.
Oh, I have
Perhaps-
a key actually on me.
Perhaps I should remove myself from the room for the time being?
Not.
And Rhea's like, I can go with him if you wish, and keep an eye on him.
Do I still notice his shadow looking weird?
It's apparent, like, it's a strange shadow.
I tell Ravenclaw to keep a very close eye on him still.
Or like
Say
you
that
to
again.
I have Ravenclaw stay close to keep an eye on him.
Okay, and he watches Rhea kind of takes him out, and then they just kind of sit outside on a bench.
I would like to introduce Zaj. I would like you to introduce Rhea, a Hell Rider.
Assuming that she's with you, she's friendly. She's
She did
looking around.
indeed help us with our tasks.
Judging by the fact that the woman who gave the order to arrest all of them is now beaten to a pulp on the ground, starkly dressed and almost naked, I ain't got no problems with her. But thank you for the introduction, Sally. It's much appreciated. Now, tell me what happened. What did you all find? Siren, do you go towards Fallister?
Yeah, I go to where Ballister is and I pull out the key.
You pull out the strange key, and he looks at the key, and then he looks, and he kind of leans in. Should we open it? Should we open it now? Should we open it here?
I think any time is right now is the best time to open it.
And he sort of turns the keyhole towards you.
Nothing bad ever happened from opening a box.
I heard something happened in the desert once. Something about a book, though, not a box.
Desert's a long way from here. Don't gotta worry about that. If I can find the
It
handout.
was just being held in a secret compartment by devil worshippers. It's probably nothing bad.
I can't find out. I can't find the fucking handout for the picture of it. Oh, they don't have a picture of it. What the hell?
I don't think they have a picture of the box or whatever, but they have another picture mark where for later.
Oh, you saw that. Hold on. The key slides into the small wooden box, and you turn it with a satisfying click. You open it up, and that is what's sitting inside.
It's a Rubik's Cube.
Are there
What-
those symbols on the cube?
Yes, those symbols are on the cube.
Would I recognize any of those symbols?
Let me see.
Ooh, I like zooming in on it.
Give me an Arcana check.
I mean, I am of great interest.
You look at it, and these do seem to hold more of an arcane look than any sort of religious connotation. Some of them almost seem to form runes in a language. What languages can you speak? What languages can you speak, Siren? Keelan, you're noticing that there are traces of infernal in the runic patterns that you can see around this box. It sort of looks like a puzzle box.
Wow, a box inside of another box. So paradox.
Well, Fisk, you said you know somebody who can open this, correct?
Yes, she was the one who told me to find it. She is in Candlekeep. I intend to deliver it to her.
Would
She
you
may
like
be able to access the secrets inside. She is a sort of connoisseur and maker of such arcane puzzle boxes.
Would you like some company?
Depends. I'm thankful that you saved me. I don't know if I can fully trust you. But Silvaro always told me to never travel the road alone. If you wish to make the journey to Candlekeep with me, and he sort of pauses a little bit and he kind of looks down and he kind of looks back up. I would greatly appreciate any more help. And those of you that kind of look at his face, you can see that he's kind of embarrassed. Not so much in asking or saying what he just said, but you're getting the idea that he might be a little bit embarrassed because you guys had to save him.
Oh, we should be off.
I haven't even heard the story yet. You're not going anywhere.
Oh, your compatriot can tell the story.
He sort of looks at you quizzically. Why are you in such a rush? Might I ask? Something to do about your house? He kind of smiles slyly.
Oh, we haven't heard this story.
Oh,
It's a
now
good
I'm
one.
curious.
May say so myself. That is, if the lady doesn't mind sticking around for a bit.
Well, we do need a rest.
I could definitely use a good night's sleep. All my muscles are sore.
I'd like to hear this story as well.
All my rage is spent.
Mm-hmm.
We Van Delphi for confronting the devil. And this box obviously was in their possession and seems to be infernal in nature. We should take it to the expert as soon as possible to see what the contents are.
I'm in no hurry.
As Sally tries to crack one of those awkward and totally not malicious smiles.
So now,
You see, I'm playing nice.
as my impatience grows, I will ask one more time. Tell me what happened at the manor house. And you see for the first time his sort of nice countenance kind of turns into a steely glower. Like the sort of good-naturedness that he's always displayed. You can see it's kind of going away a little bit.
No one else wants to speak up. We used the disguises to sneak in. We had a little bit of trouble. Made our way to the second floor. Ended up taking care of the son's guards. Interrogated him. Freed some individuals, one of which is here. Eventually fought the Duchess, who also had a few devils working alongside her. Took care of the devils and some other cultists, captured her, and then we made our way here.
Who's this other person that you rescued? And then Fallister speaks up. That would be Satir of House Theon-Hun. She's returned safely to her family already. How many dead did you all leave up there by chance? Any numbers? Estimates?
We also rescued 2 others that were hiding up in the attic in the bell tower.
Yes, apparently this witch had quite the habit of collecting.
Where are these other 2?
One a servant, the other a tax collector.
Any names? Locations on where they are? The more information I get from them, the better. Build a stronger case.
Honestly, Mark, I forgot what their name was.
I think it's like Shailene and Kajil.
Yes, Shailene Zaraz and Kajil Orunmar. I'll put some hounds on it, see if we can track them down. You guys did a good thing. And he kind of walks up and he kind of lightly kicks the Duchess, like in her stomach a little bit, causing like a groan. Family was into some shit, I'll say that much. But you guys have earned, and you hear this, as you guys like are kind of going, a bunch of footsteps. And all of a sudden this like tall, burly, broad-shouldered woman kind of turns wearing full plate mail, followed by a retinue of what looks to be like similarly dressed, full plate armor, like mauls, warhammers, like sort of sheathed and kind of held along their shoulders. You kind of hear Zaj! And Zaj turns around and he's like, Commander Porter! I was told you wouldn't be back for another 10-day. And you see for the first time, like, Zaj's, like, tough demeanor is kind of melting away a little bit as this woman is just glowering at him. This is the woman you see.
I am taking full notice and note of all those.
These are the maniacs who stirred up every nest of rats in this godforsaken city? And Zaj kind of looks to you and he nods his head. Yes, ma'am.
We
And
did.
by the way, that's what the government... Don't interrupt me. And she kind of looks at you, Thorn. As for why I'm here early, that's what we wanted you to think. We wanted you to think that we were gone. So we might be able to surprise anything else, but it seems the city was in somewhat of a mess left in your hands. I tried. I honestly tried. We kept everything out. We're following orders. Everything just went to hell. They were helping me. She turns to all of you. I trust you've been adequately compensated.
Liam feels the bag of gold that they stole from the house, and he goes, "Yes."
From him, no.
don't mind her. She thinks everyone knows her a favor.
Do we know who this is?
You know that she is someone of high standing if Zodge is sort of showing her this deference. You notice that her flaming fist insignia on her armor is larger than everybody else's. You can give me just a just an intelligence check to see if you kind of remember or know offhand who this is.
Mark, would I know? Or
You know that this is Commander Liara Porter, the niece of Ultra Ravengard, and she is the High Commander of the Flaming Fist. I tell you what, if I had to choose, I'd be back in that fucking jungle, because this place stinks. How was everything out at Chult? It's Chult. Mosquitoes, dinosaurs. Fuck it. Can somebody tell me why the Duchess is on the ground naked and bleeding?
She was consulting with devils, and Zaj tasked us to deal with it.
Specifically with the cult that worships Zeriel. And in the midst of her cult, her guards were devils working alongside her.
She also has connections to the Dead Three, which we have already rooted out.
I received that transcript. She kind of takes a long inhale of breath, and there's sort of a, excuse me, Commander. And you see her kind of eyes like light up a little bit. She smiles. Fisk. Long time no see. He's like, yes, it's good to see you as well, ma'am. What they are saying is true. I myself was held in the Duchess's lower dungeon at the whim of devils. But this man, he points to the Baron, the High Overseer. High Overseer? He's here? Yet he should be just outside? And sort of Nevermore squawks to you in your mind, and they are outside. We'll bring them in, and they start sort of walking back, and after a couple of minutes, Rhea is leading him back into the room. Commander Porter, so good to see you. And you just see a crack across his face as she just decks him, and he just crumples to the ground. Rhea goes to reach for her sword, but she's sort of restrained by everybody else. And she just walks over and places just one of her massive armored boots on his chest. She takes out her long sword and kind of places it on his neck. Where is my uncle, you piece of shit? And he's like, please, I had nothing to do with it. Ask them. I was in a parish outside the city when it was taken. There wasn't anything I could do, and now I bear a curse, as I failed my city. I have lost my religion.
Is he telling the truth?
Go ahead and give me an insight.
I'm curious too.
God damn it.
He seems pretty adamant.
Is this curse the reason why your shadow seems so weird? And I'll kind of point at it to bring it to everyone's view.
It is a badge of my failure. Torm has left me. I failed the holy city. And then Rhea kind of has her hands over her face, and you can see tears starting to go. Pick him up, put him in a cell. I got more questions for him later. A couple of the knights pick him up and take him out of the room. You stay Rhea kind of stops and looks back, kind of confused. She turns back to you guys. I'm thankful for what you've done here. It seems without you, this city would have fallen apart. And she kind of looks at Zaj, and he kind of quails a little bit, and kind of like turns his head like a dog that's just been, like caught doing something wrong.
My eyes are filled with joy.
Where are you all headed now?
Me and Fisk are heading to Candle Keep.
That is correct, Commander. They've agreed to come with me. We're going to deliver, hopefully, 2 artifacts, as he's looking at Thorn now and he sees the shield. 2 artifacts of dark power to Candle Keep, hopefully for inspection and to be locked away forever. What do you need? And she kind of like walks up to the desk. What do you require? A wagon and some draft horses? A couple of riding horses?
A wagon will be nice.
A wagon can be done.
Yes,
I didn't know
how
everybody
soon
else
did you
was
wish
doing
to
that.
leave Fisk?
Doug, you are breaking up.
How soon did you wish to leave Fisk?
As soon as possible. I'm over my deadline already. I spent a little over a week in that dungeon.
Are you coming with Ravenclaw?
I need to see things through.
Or should I say my lord?
The Raven Queen is telling me that I should follow. There is something amiss. I must keep
Is she
watching.
affecting... But we shall leave as soon as possible. Preferably as soon as the wagon and the horses are ready.
Should you not be free to go, child? She kind of looks at you, Siren. Have you done something wrong?
I don't know, Zod. And I walk up and I pull up that badge and I drop it in front of him. My debt is paid. Am I free to go?
Zaj grabs something out of his pocket, and it's a piece of paper, and he walks up to the commander and he hands it to her. She takes it, holds onto it, and then she begins scribbling on a piece of paper really quick. She calls for a page. The page runs in, hands her the slip. Get everything on this list prepared and waiting to go outside immediately. And he sort of, yes, ma'am. And then turns around and he runs out. She takes the paper that Zaj left him, or left her, and she kind of reads it. All of you are free to go? You, she points to you, Sally. You stay here.
And why is that?
Do the rest of you begin to leave?
Thorn will take his leave.
Ravenclaw will take his leave. But
Keelan will take his drink and then he will give a little bow, ma'am, and then he will leave.
After everybody leaves, Zaj goes over and he closes the door.
Oh, so I guess Siren was gonna stay.
No, you're ushered out of the room, Siren.
I think I'll just make a little.
It was pretty clear when she says everybody's excused, but you stay. You notice for the first time, Sally, that she still has her sword drawn. Just the bare steel sort of glinting in the tower torch's lights. And she walks over to you. Let me make myself clear. you will leave this place, and you will never set foot in my city again, or I will take your head myself. Do you understand?
I was never planning on returning anyways.
Get out. Zaj smiles and opens the door. Should have kept the badge.
Don't worry, Zaj. You'll get
The
yours.
door slams in your face as you sort of turn around to say something.
I just walk outside.
After a while, you guys make it back down, and you see that there's a mule, a couple mules pulling what looks to be a pretty sizable, like garrison wagon that almost everybody can sit upon. There's 2 riding horses that have been provided, and you look and you see that there are actually provisions that have been put into the wagon itself. You see that there's like food, like breads. There's a couple bottles of what look like wine, a large full barrel of clean water, and just various other supplies like some bedrolls, a tent, things like that.
I like the commander.
We've been ordered to take you to the Basilisk Gate. If you can follow us, and they begin sort of moving slowly, kind of guiding the mules through the town, and you guys kind of have a procession making your way towards the Basilisk Gate. There's a couple signals from the 2 guards that led you down, and you watch as a retinue of just armored figures begin moving towards the gate. You see that they all have tall tower shields, and sort of moving in their wake along the back what look to be a couple robed individuals. And you see the guard in front of you hold his hand up, and he kind of looks back. He's like, "Get ready!" And he kind of holds his hands down, and the gates begin to open. And as they open, there is just a loud cacophony of screams and roars as people are trying to push their way in, as like the riot police now on our side move forward and begin to push them back with their towers. And every now and then you watch as one of the mages steps up, and there's a gap that's open, and they're just flinging out this sort of wind magic, just blowing people back to make entrance for you guys, and you guys begin to get waved through, and all of a sudden you guys are clomping out through the wagon, breaking through, and you guys have now gotten through the gate as it begins to close behind you, and you guys have now found yourself on the outer city. After a good 5 minutes hard ride, you guys slow it down back to where at least the group of people are no more close. Fisk kind of pulls up on his horse a little bit. It's a long road. It's about 150 miles. We could make it in 5 days, but I was hoping we might be able to stop at my manor home in Little Kalimshan. I could treat you all to some dinner, a nice comfortable bed before we head on out. Is that agreeable?
You're on your due date. We must get there as soon as possible.
Hold on.
I'd like to have dinner if you're offering,
I think we're all doing
and a nice bed
Yeah.
for a good night, please. That would be lovely, kind sir.
I have no objections.
If we push the pace a little bit, we should be able to make it there right at nightfall. And it shouldn't take too long. I do crave the comfort of my bed after sleeping on that bench for.
Very well. Shall we?
Yes, I definitely need to
I
change.
do
and
believe we
I'm-
shall.
Who's driving?
Wasn't he driving it, or wait, who was driving it?
Fallister Fisk is on a riding horse.
I'm in a wagon. I don't ride horses. I'm in a carriage.
Nobody's driving, I'll drive.
Yeah, I'll probably take one of the horses. Yes, I think we all are due for some much needed rest and food. I'm actually getting hungry myself.
Okay, so kind of snacking. There was only 2 horses that they gave, and you saw that instead of actual horses, they gave you guys wagon mules. So they're not even like draft horses; they're wagon mules. So they're, while slower, they can definitely pull a lot more weight. After a while, you guys arrive in...
Oh shoot, I've been muted this whole time.
I didn't hear anybody speaking. So,
okay, sorry. Yeah, I was gonna say I would be riding one, but then being 300 pounds, maybe I would be too heavy for it, so I'll just ride in the cart.
Are you driving or am I?
In the back of the cart.
I can drive the cart I'll drive because that's kind of been my job.
You did seem to enjoy it.
I do love charging through gates, scraping the wheels on the edge. That was a moment for me. I liked it.
You keep splashing the water as Keelim's trying to take a drink.
And it was actually my fault, because I completely forgot. But did you guys want to ask if Rhea wanted to go with you?
No.
Ravenclaw was actually originally going to advise it and kind of point out
Yes.
that she's been helpful, even though the other guy was in trouble.
Mm-hmm. I mean, at least offer it.
I'm assuming she wants to stay and watch over her lord.
Well, we should at least ask. She was
Okay,
very
so
helpful.
we'll pause, and then we'll rewind and go back in time. As Sally, since Sally is an obvious no and doesn't want her to come with, I'll say the 7 of you are speaking to her as she kind of followed you out of the room once Thavius Krieg was taken. You can still see she's a little bit shocked. That not only did Commander Porter, somebody whom she respects completely, would strike the High Overseer and make such allegations. What do you guys say?
I understand how you're feeling, but sad to say I was sensing something amiss. I didn't wish to say it out loud, knowing how you felt about him. But if you wish to see this through, you're welcome to come with us, find out the truth of what happened to your city.
Is that where we're going? How do we even get there? Are they even alive? And she's like, I don't even know what to believe anymore.
Believe in yourself. Believe in the balance. And trust that we'll find the answers. I believe these items that Fisk is bringing back will light the way. They are the key.
If you have nowhere else to go, all you can do is move forward.
And I'm pretty sure you would want to know the answers yourself. Besides, it's better than just sitting around wondering and knowing.
I will accompany you if you'll have me.
Hey, you helped save our butts down there. Always need an extra sword.
We
Right?
would be honored to have your sword at our side.
Okay, so fast forward back to normal time. Leia is now in the wagon. It's kind of a tight fit with everybody, but you see that the mules are having no trouble sort of pulling the weight. It's a little bit cramped. Some people can bear it more than others. You notice that Sally is not enjoying this, not one bit.
Nope.
But Sally, if you're not comfortable, you're welcome to sit on my lap.
No.
No. I can teach you how to drive the wagon.
Yep.
Walks is still on my shit list, but he's no longer on the top.
I care about you too, Sally.
Yeah, fuck you and keep going.
Give me one quick second here. I need to do something really quick.
So I guess Sally's gonna be dreaming like all of a dozen ways to kill Walks.
It's so funny how my personality trait keeps coming up in various combat situations, Mark. Like breaking skulls, kicking old women and almost killing them. Like I'm always absently fiddling with things and just sometimes accidentally breaking them.
Well, you're a female version of Swatowski.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the reason why Key Lim has slobber chop.
You're going to stroke the kitty too hard.
With us?
Yeah, it's stuck with us.
Yeah, he's made friends. He's happy.
I'm gonna kill the fucking cat. I'm gonna kill the cat. Oh god.
No, I like the cat too. Key Lim can take care of the cat, but I'll take care of Key Lim.
God, my list just keeps growing and growing.
Sally is just a miserable human being. She's so mad at everybody all the time.
Don't worry, I'll come to love us.
Already cost her nobility.
I'm gonna have to make it a point to try and teach Sally how to direct her rage. That's what I do. I'm mad all the time too, but
Yes,
Okay.
having to keep Sally out of rage.
Okay. As soon as nightfall kind of begins to hit, just about 300 yards or so, you see tall stone towers along a large set of similarly colored stone walls. And there is sort of, I guess you would call it the medieval equivalent to a gated community. Fallister kind of guides you guys closer, and he kind of walks to the gate, and he sort of hails the guard. He's like, "Reginald, it's me. I'm back. I'd like to go home if you'd allow me and my friends in." They're like, Lord Fisk. Absolutely. They're like, "Raise the gates," and the gates start coming up. And it's just like a portcullis that begins to raise, and it allows you guys in. And he takes you into the back corner, and you guys are at Fallister Fisk's abode here. Sort of taking the mules in, setting them in the stables. You guys unhitch them, brush them down, make sure they're fed and watered. You guys make it into a very nice, modestly decorated place. Definitely looks like the equivalent of a bachelor pad. You know, there's no like flower decorations or like any sort of paintings, like whatever paintings there are. It's like, you know, like battlefield scenes. Everything's like nicely polished, stark wooden furniture, but it does feel homely and sort of comfortable. He tells you to make yourselves at home, and he'll get started on cooking.
I immediately take off my shoes and stretch my toes. I'm aware my feet might smell pretty bad, but that's what it means when you say make myself at home.
Keelan will pry slobber chops off of his shoulders so that he can remove his clothes.
We have a bath in the downstairs cistern if you wish to use it. And then you guys begin to smell wafting out of the kitchen, the telltale sense of frying onion and garlic sort of begin to smoke through the house. And then like a whole bunch of different spices begin to sort of join it and sort of making your mouth water. Dinner should be ready in about an hour. Help yourself.
Johnny, I hate that. But may I please go first?
Well, I was hoping that the ladies could have the bath first, and then the men can have the bath after, before we eat.
Is it a single, or is it like a bathhouse bath?
It's a large house bath.
Yeah.
So you can imagine that it's a luxury that most cannot afford, but Fallister can. As you go look to it, you see that it is probably like a shallow pool that's maybe 4 feet deep. At the deepest, the water's crystal clear. You see that there is, it's hot water, so it's steaming. You see that there's actually like some buckets hanging from the ceiling that you would like pull on a chain, and it would kind of like shower down on you as you do it. There's a whole bunch of oils and like different towels and cloths set up.
Yeah, so I would just say I think that when you say that you and I should go, I motion to the other women in the group, Siren and Beta, and I think that's it, right? The rest of you are men. And I would say we should all go together.
I mean, depends on what Walks feels like being, because he's kind of everything.
I will stick with the male part. Thank you very much.
That's true.
I appreciate the invite, but I'll wait until everyone else is done. I would like to bathe alone.
Ravenclaw just goes off into a corner and sits so he can be comparing to the Ravenclaw.
Well, hopefully there's still some warm water for you when we're all done. But I'm gonna head down to the bath so that I can come up and eat while I'm clean. And I asked the guy if he has anyone who can handle like laundry and maybe wash our clothes. Because they probably are covered in blood and grime and sewer stuff.
Oh god, crap.
Beta looks down at her boots and feet and stuff and is like, yeah, we smell like poo-poo water.
Like, if there's any kind of laundry service here, I would be happy to just walk around in my skivvies until my clothes are clean.
If the ladies are going first, and you can see that he almost looks like he's walk frying, as he's sort of just constantly, like, as he's sort of looking over his shoulder, cooking in this rhythm, as like the flames in the clay oven are like just going, and it just smells absolutely amazing. He's like, if the women are going first, can you send somebody to me? One of the men, maybe Walks. Have something arranged. Oh, and when you're done, pull the lever. He says to you, Chani, as you begin to leave.
I say thank you, and actually, if Sally is with us, then I will take off my clothes and hand them to Sally and say, be a dear, pat her on the top of the head and say, take care of these for me. And I will head down to the baths, if you don't want to join us.
You guys watch as Chani just gets naked and walks down to the bath.
My butt is naked as I walk down the stairs.
And you guys look, it is a well-muscled, defined bottom.
Oh, it's at least as big as 2 bowling balls next to each other. Huge.
I mean, Beta's just gonna kind of look at Sally and look at Chani walking off, like, and whisper to Siren, like, she does know that that's not how that works with her.
I just drop the clothes on the floor and walk away.
I guess you can say that Shadi is.
It's good that she at least exercises all of the muscle group.
I gotta give the woman credit. She's got more balls than most men I've ever met.
What was that, Siren?
I guess Shani is the opposite of Siren.
I am exactly the opposite, yes.
I will go and see what I was called for.
If you can walk across the street, just gently knock on the door of the old woman there. She cleans the house. Her and her daughters could do some laundry for us for some price. Just let me know how much it is, and I'll make sure she is paid. It is the least I can do.
Oh, right. Right. Kind of look down's like, but I'm kind of wearing this as well because of the. Well, never mind. I'll take care of it.
So then you walk over, you knock on the door, an old woman answers, and she looks at you. You're wearing a dress.
Like,
can I help you?
Yes. I've actually been sent over because my colleagues and I are kind of in need of some laundering. As you can tell, I was like tug at the dress. And whatever it is, it will be paid. However much it costs.
That's a good explanation, and she kind of smiles. I was worried for a second.
Yes, I know.
Well, if Master Fisk needs anything done, laundry-wise, he's more than welcome to send it over here, and we can get started on it. It might not be finished until the morning, if that's all right.
Oh, it's fine. Take all the time you need. Do not want
That's totally fine with me. I'll walk around in my underwear.
And if you guys want to let your clothes get laundered, they can be taken next door. But you will not have them back until the morning.
I want to ask Fisk, is there a room where I can eat privately?
You always want to be by yourself.
Well, for that, Johnny.
You don't want to see her eat. It's kind of disturbing. And then Keelan will gesture like giant jaws with fangs.
The thing.
You can take one of the servants' quarters of the old house along the bottom. You can eat there. I'm afraid I don't allow food in the upper bedrooms.
That's fine.
Sally's okay with going and eating in the servants' quarters. I love it.
For your hospitality. And
you guys have an incredible bath. It's very relaxing. There's different levers that control the different temperatures of water. You guys think you get all the blood and gore and the dust off of you, and you feel as clean as you've felt for quite some time.
It is refreshing. My hair was pretty dirty since I wear in braids, tight braids. So I actually, Chani will take some time to kind of undo her braids and brush her hair too. Which you guys are kind of surprised that she actually has long, black, silky, beautiful hair, but she just keeps it tied up like a warrior all the time, and you've never really noticed it before. But she's got the Pocahontas style hair, big sheet of black hair. But you've never seen it like that before.
Siren's like, if there's ever a time when we're not fighting, do you think I could probably play with your hair a little bit? It's really pretty.
She is Johnny would be a little shocked that you would suggest that and kind of surprised, because as a big sister type, she's always been the one to do everyone else's hair, and no one's ever to do anything to her hair. But she just kind of nods a little sheepishly and says, "Sure, if you'd like."
I could probably do like a French braid, or I can put it in like a bun. Just let me know, or even pigtails.
Ooh, what about those little tiny braids with the beads embedded in them? Oh, that would probably look great
out of my face while I'm swinging my sword. Sure, and she kind of tries to hide her excitement at the idea with talking about fighting.
Kind of like those cornrow-like things that I've seen people do. Yeah, that might be perfect. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, she would actually blush a little bit because she's never been treated like a woman except for once, and he got struck by a lightning bolt and died. Yeah.
Oh dear.
It's great.
Well, that's one way to turn a mood, isn't it?
Yeah, she's had luck with tender moments.
Don't worry. Maybe we can all get our nails done or something.
The girls begin to finish up. You guys just...
If there's any a robe or anything like that, I will go ahead and try to make myself to not make the boys nervous.
You grab one of the robes, and as you slip one of your hands through, you hear the seams kind of rip as your forearm muscles and your biceps slide in. And you notice that you can't pull it past your middle back, so you're just like, fuck this. And you go over to a couple cupboards, and you see that there's some bed sheets there, and you sort of toga, wrap it around you.
That works. I love it.
The rest of you ladies do find some robes and or towels that you wish to wrap around yourself. And then do you guys just leave?
If there is an attendant of some kind in the baths, I would toss him a piece.
You said pull a lever after you're done.
Oh yeah, no attendant. It's just his own private sort of bath. You can see that Fallister, for whatever he does, he makes quite a bit of money.
Yeah, I would remember that he asked us to pull the lever before we left, so I would look for the lever or the rope and give that a tug.
Okay, good.
Otherwise, the men are bathing in our dirty bath.
Yeah, you pull the lever and you see all the scummy blood water that you guys washed off yourselves, and all the little bits that you washed out of your hair draining. Before more water begins to rush in, and you actually see a grate open up in a corner, and you watch as this squat, red salamander lizard kind of comes out and sort of crawls into the water, and then it begins to sort of glow red, and you watch as the water begins to bubble boil and begin to steam, and after a bit, the lizard just turns around, crawls out, and then goes back into its little cave.
That is so neat. Little fire salamander warms up the water.
After a while, you guys head back upstairs, and it's the men's turn if the men wish to take it.
Yep, now I am drawn to the food.
Yep. Just going to start tugging at the dress as I'm heading down.
You guys make it in. You guys clean yourselves off, those of you that wish, as the girls make it back upstairs. Ballister calls out, "Food is done," and pretty much there's just a smorgasbord of quick fried dishes that he came up with, a lot of vegetables, fried rices, stews, anything that you can think of that he could whip up in that small amount of time, he did it, and everything is amazingly herbaceous and spiced, Middle Eastern food. There's a lot of different sour, savory contexts with different sort of vinegars and fruit citrus. Guy knows what he's doing.
I will dish up a plate, and then I'll head to a private room in the empty room in the service quarters, and I'll lock the door if I can.
Yeah, he just points and he's just the door there to the left. If there's anything you need, just let me know.
Again, thank you for your hospitality. And I will go to the room, close the door, and eat.
Sally's jaw distends like a snake, and she just shoves the plate inside of her.
She does have that crooked teeth thing when she opens her mouth.
I'm waiting for my turn for the bath because I got some role play.
And Sally, you eat the food, and you're kind of impressed. This is some top quality now.
I will admit, I have here at school a friend. He's in the film program. He's from Bangladesh, and he made me a curry, and it was so delicious. But I was crying for how spicy it was. So
that's what the rice is for.
Even the rice wasn't cool enough. I drank 3 glasses of milk. It was
I love spicy rice.
It was so good though. he was worried about me. He was like, if he like hurt me or if I was doing okay. He like messaged me, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "I'm fine. The food was delicious. It's just I'm a white boy. It's spicy."
Yeah, I love Indian food.
But yeah, it was so good. But anyways, back so when you said it was like Middle Eastern food, that's what instantly popped in my head.
Well, it's like Middle Eastern food isn't exactly like spicy. It's more like there's like a lot of rice dishes and just a lot of like fresh herbs, not so much spice. And you can tell that he took great care in what he made, so like nothing would be overly spicy for people. But all in all, like you're like, man, I'm glad we stopped here. He starts bringing out bottles of wine, and after a while, the men get out of the bathtub. Do you guys just leave?
Once everything is cleaned and whatnot, Ravenclaw will change back into his own, I believe.
Say that again.
Ravenclaw will be ready once his stuff is cleaned up and everything. In the meantime, he's actually out of the costume without the mask and everything.
Oh, so you're walking around out of costume?
Yes,
I don't
he
get it.
decided to relax, so his voice tone is a little different while he's like this too.
And he's not wearing a mask. So I will go in afterwards.
And after Sally goes into the bath, while the men go up, and then he brings out some more food to kind of top everything up. Thorn, you just kind of tokingly sit at the table and kind of like pour some water on your plant and just kind of hang out.
So Mark, I'm looking around. Is the bath empty?
You are currently the only person in the bath, other than the small lizard that heats it up that's in his little cave right now.
Is it somewhere I can lock the door?
There's a door that you can close and lock.
Okay, so I do that, and I get undressed, and my doll-like body is exposed. So when I level up, I will play like she's changing. So her body starts to contort. Her skin begins to crack, and she's just like you can see the sinew in between the joints and the muscles. Her face cracks, and you see the jagged teeth and whatnot. And then a second set of arms comes out of her sides, and she just kind of being able to. God damn it, Mark! I'm trying to. So it's like a horror scene, like a monster transformation, and she's just being able to release all that, be able to be herself in privacy.
So is there like grooves in her body where like the new arms can like go back in and hide, or do you just sprout two new arms that you have to try to pretend like you cross them in front of you and like, wow, her tits got bigger? Like,
No. The way I'm picturing it is like they come out and then she's able to like suck them back in, like, but there's no grooves or anything. It's just they just go inside of her.
Okay, I gotcha.
You know the backstory. You know what she is. I'm just trying to role play that she's able to release. You know.
So the arms have always been there, is what you're saying. Like the extra arms have always been there, and she just finally has a moment to herself to kind of let them stretch.
Yeah, and when she levels up, she like changes a bit every time. So her mouth becomes like more jagged. There's another layer of teeth underneath, and her eyes begin to glow red, and her fingers become claws and everything like that. She's smart enough to be quiet, not to like yell out in pain and agony because it kind of echoes. But I mean, she's just kind of.
Give me a Constitution check.
Mark.
Give me a Constitution check.
So you want to check, not a saving.
Yep, just a check.
Of course,
So you let out like one sort of pained scream. Those of you, everybody, give me perception checks at disadvantage.
I knew when you said.
Yep.
I'm gonna roll for Fallister really quick.
Yeah, Thorn. That was actually her first form.
Thorn and Siren. You guys hear a very sharp sort of yell of pain that's kind of muffled coming down as you sort of like turn your heads towards the hallway that you know is sort of the place of the bath.
If you excuse me, I shall go check on Sally. Then we'll get up and head towards the bath.
Are you sure that? Okay.
It is dangerous to go swimming alone.
Thorn, I don't think. Never mind. Always gotta learn.
Well, just let him.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, I'm pretty sure she just stubbed her toe on something.
Thorn begins to move down the hallway, Siren in tow.
She might stub her toe on more than just something after this.
After a couple seconds, Thorn, you make it back to the bathhouse door that sort of leads down the steps a little bit and goes in. You put your hand on the handle, it's locked.
I'll knock on the door and be like, Sally, are you okay?
I'm fine.
I heard a noise. Are you sure you are okay?
I promise you, I'm fine. It's just stretching.
It is good to stretch before exercise. Enjoy your bath. And then I'll head back to the...
I'm gonna open the door. I'm gonna sneakily open the door. I'm like, something's up.
I need
She
a
seems to
thieves
be-
tool check.
Sorry, I think it cut off.
I need a thieves tool check, please.
Okay.
I am hiding in the corner, in the far corner with the steam.
Sort of fiddle with it a little bit. You can't get the door to open. It's a pretty well-made lock.
Okay.
Let us return to the group.
Well, I have no other choice. I'm just gonna follow after him, but I'm still gonna be quiet. I'm not gonna say anything.
You sort of intently listen inside Sally, and you hear the gush, 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 Thorn's heavy footfalls leaving, and you sort of let out a sigh of relief as that moment of tension passes.
Yeah, and I'm kind of skittering across the floor into the water. Like you hear, in the movies, a spider walking across hard tile.
Oh God!
He's just looking for another piece to his collection. General Kenobi. That's all I pictured. Crawling. This fucking Grievous crawling up the walls.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Yeah.
The rest of the night is just filled with snacking on delicious food and merriment, drinking wine. He has some really nice ales that he kind of brings out, some other things. You guys sort of drink to your heart's content. And he says, from here, it'll be a 5 days journey south. Then he'll bring up the map. We're going to have to cross the Caintha River at Worms Crossing. And there we can take the coastway down towards Candlekeep. If all goes well, the weather should hold, and we should make it in no time. Have any of you been?
No, I have not.
I've only heard a little bit, but
It is a wondrous place. I've never seen such a city. It oozes magic. Some of the most powerful sorcerers and most well-studied monks you'll find on the Sword Coast are at Candlekeep. I have a feeling you'll like Silvira. She's a sweet woman, knowledgeable, good-hearted. I almost forgot. The price. We need to pay a price when we get there. A book. They require a tome of knowledge for admission. Do any of you have any sort of books? And you can see his cheeks are a little bit rosy because the alcohol's kind of like setting a little bit. He's talking. Yeah, they require a book of knowledge that they yet do not hold in the city library for entrance.
Keelan will pull out the 3 books that he took from the Van Thamper estate. He goes, well, these 2.
And he looks and he opens up, because you looted 2 books of religion and then Tale of the Hellraisers.
I have listed 3 books.
Okay. I think they were expensive books too, the ones you looted.
They were 25 gold each.
Okay. I have a feeling that one of these will do. They only require 1 tome for us to get in, so we should be good.
Sally will after get dressed, he will open the door and join the group.
I hope all is well. They said that you made a noise. Did you fall?
Oh, just stretching, just from checking out the injuries that I have received from our last battle.
I have a feeling that Sally is still wearing her grody dress.
I will. She tries to do her best to wash it in the bath with her, but yeah, she's wearing the same dress.
Are you walking through the house in wet clothes?
No, you're right. Yeah, she is wearing the same dress.
Do you have prestidigitation?
So I will do that on my clothing.
Oh yeah, you clean your clothes, no effing problem. You even make them smell like freshly laundered. Yeah, Sally comes out wearing her sort of Guy Fieri dress with the flames, and it's patched up, clean. Everything's good.
I see her still wearing the dress, and Keelan's like, you can relax a little.
Only set I wear, and this is the only type of clothing I wear for the time being.
do you want to borrow the dress?
No.
Do it yourself. Says Keelan, completely topless with just a towel wrapped around his.
Yeah, I've seen everybody in bathrobes and Trani's in freaking bed sheets and everything like that.
Ravenclaw's in a completely separate outfit he had on him.
Good.
Veda still has her masses on, so.
So, yes, I think I'm going to turn in for a night. It's been quite a day. Feel free to choose any of the open bedrooms that you find. Enjoy yourselves. And he kind of gets up and he begins to move upstairs towards his master bedroom area. You guys choose a bed.
I am definitely ready for bed. I think this has been the longest day in my life.
Yeah, sleep finds you guys incredibly easy. The bath and the food and the alcohol sort of all work together in this magical elixir. And as soon as your heads touch the feathered pillows, you are out. Some of you sort of were intending to kind of stay up a little bit more and like talk with each other, but as soon as you all hit the bed, you kind of just fell asleep in heaps. While some of you kind of found yourselves in separate rooms. You guys all wake up completely refreshed, all level 5. And waiting for you, sort of placed in front of all the doors, are your individual clothes that are freshly laundered, cleaned. Some are even been sewn back, though some of the ones that suffered damage, like some of the armored pieces, aren't exactly, able to be fixed with thread and needle. But everything's clean, smelling good. You guys are ready to go. There's a very meager breakfast, nothing too heavy, and that's sort of Fallister thinking again of all the heavy food that was eaten last night, as well with the alcohol. And it's like a very good sort of like boiled oats, and you see that he has like a varying like assortment of jars, different sorts of like molasses and honeys. He even has bowls of like edible flowers and nuts and fruits that he kind of set out. He's sort of sitting at the table eating, wide-eyed and refreshed. He's ready to get on the road.
Ravenclaw will quickly switch back into his disguise and meet the others by the door.
I should have had the It music tuned up if she would have opened the door and saw you.
I just wanted to roll. I mean, yeah,
that was good. No, your role play led to a suspenseful moment, and I really dug that. So, as soon as you said, I scream out, but I try to muffle it, I was like, "Ooh, I need a con check."
Which is fine. I mean, I knew the acid I was going to roll low, but
that worked fantastic.
Just reminded me of the last person who screamed out loud.
Oh, we don't talk about that. We're done with that. That's buried it in the past.
What happened?
It was
Brandon.
It was Brandon's character. When everything got railroaded into the shit pit.
That I would have rolled with the punch, and Siren probably wouldn't have survived. But yeah. But anyways, so earlier I can't remember. I do know Ravenclaw's true identity, right?
You know him to be not one of like the upper crust, but just sort of one of the lesser nobles. Though he does not have like a bunch of sort of like standing and reputation. He is a very well respected man in Baldur's Gate.
What was your character's name? His name again? I'm in my notes. Whisper to him. you type it out, please? My lord, I don't understand. Why the mask? You're very well respected. Why hide?
The mask is a symbol. A symbol that follows the ideals of the Raven Queen.
But wouldn't you want your word to spread?
I follow a specific task set before me by the Raven Queen. That one is not of spreading the word, but ensuring a balance is kept. I go where I'm needed.
Out of curiosity, why worship a dead god?
Say that one more time.
Why, she's wondering why you worship a dead god.
She's not dead. Maybe others do not know of her, but she still grants gifts. She still watches over the dead.
Well, we all have our wish of course, but you will most likely be needed in Baldur's Gate after our trip to Candle Keep more than ever.
When the time comes, I'll return. But the strong imbalance is definitely circled around those items. I must see this through.
After breakfast, you guys go back out toward the house's stable area, and you see that Fisk walks over towards the neighbor's house that you visited, walks, and sort of hands the payment, kind of thanks them profusely. And you see him talking, making arrangements, kind of making more plans for them to go. Rhea's sort of in the barn already, sort of brushing down the mules. You see that the horses have already been brushed and saddled. She seems kind of restless to get out onto the roadway. And after a while, you guys manage to get on the road, putting everything back, and after a while, you hit the main gate of the little Calamshan, and you begin to follow the outer city road southeast on your way towards Worm's Crossing. As you guys are making your way down, Fallister kind of bends over. I don't know if any of you have ever been out this far. Worm's Crossing is quite the strange little town, all built on a bridge. The base of it, Worm's Rock, it's where the fortress stands on the main that guards both the north and south shores. You cannot pass over the river unless they let you. It's quite a strange place, but I do say, keep your hands on your pouches. They'll steal anything they can get their hands on.
When he gives us that warning, I definitely tighten the string around my coin pouch because it's heavier than it's been since we've arrived in Baldur's Gate, especially with a couple of iron ink, electrum ink hanging in it. Definitely don't want that stolen.
Beta's gonna tuck it in her inner pocket and keep it close to her.
It takes a good day to get towards Worm's Crossing. You get there at night, and you look at the bridge, and it is this tall, long span stretching across the rivers. And you see houses sort of built down on the actual bridge suspensions, as well as on top. There's people sort of walking around everywhere, like torches and different colored lights going. There's like just a sort of festive mood, and you get closer to this central sort of tower, and you see that the bridges are currently down, letting people pass freely from one side to the other, but you see that there are a bunch of guards. Did you guys want to stop anywhere in Worms Crossing for the night, or would you like to push on and sleep on the road?
Let this push on. The sooner we get there,
I agree with Sally, given the warnings that there might be a bunch of thieves and rogues in Worms Crossing, and realizing how talented Siren can be when she wants to get something that she shouldn't have her hands on, or break into a lock that she shouldn't be able to get open. I would like to get through here.
Okay.
Yeah, best not to
If
judge.
they're half as skilled as Siren is, my money is gone.
Best not to draw too much attention, anyways. Being
As early as you guys left, it's probably about 7 o'clock at night as you sort of begin to cross over. Everybody's kind of singing. There's just a general revelry around the town. Everybody's kind of happy. It's a complete and utter contrast to just the sort of refugee crisis and everything that's happening over currently in Baldur's Gate. Here it seems to be a more free, inviting kind of place. As you cross the bridge over into Rivington, you guys begin to push forward out of town, out towards the frontier.
if you want to go shopping, I was role playing, but if you need supplies, you can speak up.
If you need supplies, I do say there's probably no better place to buy than Candle Keep.
I can wait till then. That's fine.
I mean, there's alchemists and scribes there with nothing to do but try to make money, and I'm sure they wouldn't mind taking some of yours. Beyond the frontier. No, you guys are in the frontier, but in the civilized frontier. So and you guys continue on like another good 3 hours before you decide to pull off from the road under a nice copse of trees. Rhea sort of goes out, comes back with a bunch of firewood, and everybody begins to set up the sort of tents that are kind of been provided, some bedrolls. You see Rhea sort of like take her pack and kind of lean it against the wagon and kind of lay down like she's going to sleep under the stars, and you look up and you see that it is a perfectly clear night. There's no sort of city fog or haze of like pollution or anything from the constant torches and soot and everything else that's being burned in Baldur's Gate. The air here is crisp, clean, cool. The grass and flowers sort of flies through. It's nice to get out of civilization for a bit.
What season is it? Is it like
You're currently, I'm going to say, in summer.
Sally will sleep in the wagon / carriage. She will not sleep on the dirty ground. But she will offer to take up one of the positions of watch.
Okay. It's definitely not the most comfortable thing you've slept on, but yeah, at least it's not the dirt.
Exactly.
But you see just Rhea kind of leaning on her pack that she kind of got, and just sort of hands behind her head, sort of her armor's off, just kind of looking up, staring at the stars. Night goes off without a hitch. You guys wake up in the morning, pack everything up, and you continue on your way.
Keelim it has been a long time since Keelim has felt this good, as he is finally over his resurrection sickness.
Oh, nice.
Wakes up and he goes, I feel alive again.
You definitely look a lot better.
And you see that Fallister, like, he's making dinner, he's making breakfast. Like, this guy is worth his salt. Like, man, I'm glad I came with him. I mean, like, everything that, like, he took like a lot of the stuff from his own larder and packed the wagon with it to add to the stuff that the Flaming Fist gave you. And you guys are eating good, traveling in good company. Day 2, you guys march on through the night. Again, beautiful sky. Everything is good. The weather is nice, not too overly hot. There's a nice breeze that's coming off of the ocean. You can smell the water now. The further south you go. Day 3, it's great. You guys just keep going. And, I mean, like, you're now starting to hit kind of like the farmland. So as you're kind of going through and you're seeing like all these small little farm cottages, and they kind of have the English like cobblestone walls on the side of the roads. You see in like the English countryside that kind of mark the way. You guys see like another wagon coming. You see it's like stacked high with hay. You see an old man and like his wife next to him, and they sort of give you the friendly country wave as you guys like pass, and they continue on. And I need everybody to give me Constitution saving throws.
Oh. I am just rolling bad tonight.
I like Thorn. Thorn, I like your role. You're like, I'm a robot, dude. I can just do this forever. The rest of you are like, do we have to walk? What the hell? Can somebody just carry me?
I've been wagging the entire time.
Well, you don't like being outdoors, I guess. Your delicate constitution can't take it.
I'm proficient in Constitution saving throws.
That's funny.
I just got over resurrection. Now I don't feel good.
You're finally out of the woods on that, aren't you?
Yeah.
Mark just said day 3, so I know you at -2. So yeah, you're definitely back to your full strength self. How cool!
I have no excuses now.
Right, you're top of your game. Keelim's gonna rock now, and I think we're all 5th level for sure now.
Yeah.
And it's been 3 days, so we all have our hit dice. Add that back. Yay! I have my rages back. Oh yeah, let me bring some raging. And are we being fed or are we using rations? I think Mark said.
Falster Fix is feeding us. He's cooking breakfast and dinner for us.
Okay, cool. Because I still have some dry rations, but I'm not marking them down yet.
I'll do a ration for lunch if you want, but he's cooking like the 2 main meals.
I believe Rhea is going out and hunting for us.
Yeah, I would probably join in the hunt. I mean, I do a lot of that for my little sisters and brothers.
I don't have any rations or anything like that.
Yeah, I asked if I could have a rabbit to myself, and I'll just suck the life out of it.
And if you guys need help cooking, I do have an iron pot.
Someone hasn't touched any rations yet.
Cooking ruins it, man. Just eat it raw.
I can't do Smeagol.
Eat them like Gollum.
Is it raw?
You keep your filthy chips.
Process some splashes. Okay. Sorry about that. I really had to go to the bathroom. I'm going to move you guys to the map as the wagon with the farmer and the wife with the hay became trundling across. Sally, as you're sort of sitting in the far back end, sort of looking around out of the corner of your eye, you watch as the hay in the back of the cart explodes as a man stands up, holds out his hand, and he is going to cast this.
Oh! He's gonna break our... Oh, I'm gonna break his frickin' face. Bandits. With magic. You know, Mark, I just have to say, every time you describe, you guys are traveling along, enjoying yourself, the sun is shining, you're happy to be out of the city, birds are singing. Every time there's happiness. Mark's like, nope, watch this.
This is a part of the game.
I love it.
So, Beta, Siren, Key Lim, you take 15 points of thunder damage. Sally, 15 points of thunder damage. Walks, 15 points of thunder damage. Ravenclaw, 15 points of thunder damage. Shawnee and Thorn, you each take 7 points of thunder damage. As the wheels on the wagon, the wood snaps, everything falls to the ground. Walks, I need an animal handling check.
Mark, can I see the guy that did that damaged me?
He said that he burst out of the hay and cast the spell.
This guy here. And we are going to roll initiative.
That's my reaction.
If you have the surprise condition, you don't get reaction.
You were surprised. I'm sorry. You have to wait until later.
Okay, I didn't know I was surprised. I didn't know. Okay.
Because you guys weren't expecting the farmers to.
I was here, so it says my reaction, but I forgot that when you're surprised, you don't take the reaction.
Just wait, Mark. Next round or next level, you won't be able to do that shit.
Yeah.
As long as I rage during the first round, I can't be surprised.
Yeah, but that was a surprise still. Fallister falls off of his horse as his horse bolts. Walks, technically, you are still on your riding horse. Unless you want to jump off, I'm going to give you riding horse.
Yeah, I'm gonna quickly just hop off once I'm able to get down.
Oh yeah, good call there, Siren. Don't forget that, Beta. You get advantage on your first attack.
Beta, it is currently sun is shining right now, and just because of what you are, you have disadvantage on all your ability checks, saving throws, and attacks, I believe.
What is
wisdom and something else only. Let me pull it up real quick. Perception, wisdom, anything that relies on sight. I think it is.
Yes, so all your attacks and all those stuff like that will be a disadvantage.
Yep.
Oh, she's a drow?
She's technically a star elf, but she used the drow stats. That's kind of what we went over. So she'll have the drow disadvantage stuff.
Okay, no, I was just honestly curious. I'm like, wait, she has horns and shit. I thought she was a tiefling.
It's okay. Chani did too.
I did think she was a tiefling. How cool.
Well, actually, I don't think Chani would anymore since she was the only one in the bath with her besides Cyrune.
Yeah, no. Now I know that you're not a tiefling because I'm sure you didn't have a mask on when you were in the bath or anything like that.
No, she took it off and cleaned it, and then put it back on once before they left the bathhouse.
No, we're all friend girls now. We've gone and used.
The only one that doesn't know is Sally, and the guys.
I'm still waiting for Siren to do my hair. The next round. Actually, I'm going to say, if that's okay with you, Carla, that sometime over the last couple days, sitting in the back of the cart, you did some fancy cool braids to my hair. It keeps it out of my face while I'm in combat, and I'm very appreciative. Maybe even like a Princess Leia bun or something. I don't know. You tell me. Whatever you did to my hair.
Okay.
Yeah,
Top
that's right.
of round 1. You guys watch as the farmer that waved
I
at
was
you.
cut out a little bit.
The farmer that was waving at you is now standing up, and you watch as these great red wings expand from his back as he takes off into the ground, his skin turning younger, redder, long black hair, as he sort of flies up about 20 feet, and he holds out his hand. He is going to make one attack. He's going to make one attack at Rhea, and he is going to make one attack at Sally. So the first one at Rhea, missing with an 8. Next attack on him has advantage.
He's a devil.
Ooh.
Sally. Ooh, wow. That evened out quick. As the 2 firebolts go to each side and land on the ground, sending up these 2 different splashes of solidified. What's that? What's it when dirt turns to glass? Vitrified. As it kind of becomes vitrified, leaving these smooth pits in the ground. And he's like, "You have something that belongs to us." Siren. Beta, you're on deck.
This was a surprise.
I'm gonna down right here. Have my crossbow out, and I'm gonna try to hit. Let's see. That one, number 3. Short bow with me.
If you wanted Sally, you could have just asked. Oh my God.
Fuck you, Jeremy. Fuck you.
It's
I
awesome.
believe 16 just misses as he kind of ducks out of the way, and your bolt kind of sticks into the wood of the wagon they're on.
Okay.
I'm surprised you didn't want to attack the dude in the sky, since you would have had advantage and got.
It's fine. I wasn't thinking at the time. I'm just gonna go right here next to Chani, and that's it.
So you guys are looking around you, and you see you have these cobbled stone walls and these small stone piles. The stone walls go about 4 feet up, and the piles go up another 5 foot, acting as gatepost markers. You guys have these vegetable fields, as well as what looks to be a small farming village just off to your left, with a silo, some goats, all different things there. So, Beta. The sun burning in your eyes as you're trying your best to sort of keep the mask over it to kind of look around.
Okay. A question: does the crit thing still apply even with my condition? I'm gonna guess not.
It would make your attacks normal.
Okay. Only for this round, though, right?
Yep, it would just make your first attack normal on him. But I think you're a cleric, so I think you can really only do 1 per round unless you spiritual weapon.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I believe that is a. And she's gonna sacred flame them, squinting and being like, eh.
Okay, are you going to sacred flame the flying guy or one of the guys in the cart?
She is. Yeah, the number 4, I think.
The guy standing in the middle? Okay.
Yeah.
Veteran, here comes his dex.
I thought you did have fireball, Sally.
Oh, he doesn't have enough time to move. He's kind of hemmed in as they're all kind of standing together, and the flame comes up and just hits him. So go ahead and roll your. He'll take 7 points of radiant.
Okay, just for that. Go.
Good hit, Beta. Good hit.
Thank you. As she kind of like closes one eye, like. Again, that's. That'll end her turn.
Okay, Keelim.
So after the ringing stops, he's going to first going to seal his.
Okay.
And he's going to move.
Go, Wolverine.
I'm going to throw one of my coffin nails at this guy.
$12 will miss.
And then I'm going to try and take some cover from behind the wall here.
Okay.
And with what I know about Knights of the Shield, do these look like that?
You're looking at the insignia of especially the armored fighters as you got closer, and you see that they do, in fact, have a black shield emblazoned on their armor.
I'll call out, they're after the artifacts.
Okay. This bard is going to jump down. He's going to use his movement to jump over.
Oh my god, they have a bard.
You know what? Let's do it again. If you got it,
Sorry
spam.
about that.
I need everybody there to give me Constitution saving throw.
Do I see him weaving and casting a spell?
Yes. Counter spell, and you watch him as he sort of goes, and it instantly goes away. His shatter, a second level spell, just dissipates, and he sort of ducks behind the stone for cover, sort of cursing.
Ooh, well done, Sally.
Let me mark his. Alright. That is the end of his turn. You watch as a woman dressed with a breastplate and like long flowing robes. She pulls out a warhammer, and then she holds out her hand. She's going to cast Spiritual Weapon. Here. And she's going to attack Rhea, hitting with a 24. Doing 5 points of force damage. Beta, give me a dexterity saving throw. You take 9 points of radiant damage.
Combo attack.
5, 10, 15,
Ouch!
20, 25,
Burning.
30 feet to there.
It's not fun when you use player mechanics against players.
What's
I know
that?
players are so OP.
We're supposed to use this up against the DM. The DM's not supposed to use these tactics against us.
Well, these are NPC characters, so yes, I can use them.
There's no rules that say that.
You should not cast Spiritual Guardian.
These characters names, so they can.
But okay, it's my turn. Sorry.
Yes, it is your turn.
I'm looking up. I see the flying at her, and I'm going to cast Ray of Frost.
On the flying Cambion?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and make your attack. Oh, with advantage still, with advantage, because it hasn't been used yet.
With advantage.
Ooh, a 16. You shoot out, trying this new cold magic in your hand, and like sort of, I like how this feels. And then you sort of let it out, but you're not practiced enough with it yet. As he sort of flaps his wings and does like a big old fucking barrel roll, and it just shoots by him, and he sort of like does a flourish as he lands, like trying to eat it up as it misses his AC.
Okay. I'm gonna. So it's the back of the carriage now. Like, was this a wagon or a carriage?
It's a wagon, and the wagon is pretty much grounded and unmoving. You can see the the mules, sort of like tugging at the reins as the shatter spell really spooked them.
I go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and take cover here.
Okay, Shawnee.
All right, so I am not happy about our cart being shattered. But just for funsies, I want to bound past my opponents using my jump speed, or my jump speed. I can jump as part of my movement. So I'm just kind of adding the flavor a little bit. If I move 10 feet, I can jump up to 18. So if you just imagine, I'm running to the back of the cart from the front, 5, 10, and then the next 15 feet of my movement, 15, 20, 25. It's just me leaping off the back of that cart and landing on the ground. So let's see, that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And then while I'm doing this, I fly into a fit of rage. My ancestral guardians start to appear around me and start flying towards my enemies. Wrath. And I can move all 40 feet now because of my new speed. So I can get all the way to there.
We're gonna steal Callus's spiritual guardian.
Perfect. Yeah, so they're there. As I burst into my rage, I draw my great sword and I swing it at this one here, red 3.
Okay.
For my first attack. I don't have any advantage or anything. I'm just making sure.
Nope. 23 definitely hits. You charge up to these dudes and you see that they're really wearing heavy armor, and you're like, splint. I can cut through splint in my sleep. And you just almost saw this guy in half. I'm gonna move. Boom, as now he is being harried by your spirit.
Yep, he is being assaulted by that, and I assume he's not dead yet. I'm guessing. I am now 5th level, so I get a second attack, so I'm going to swing at him again. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Yeah! Do you have Great Weapon Master at all yet?
Not at 8th level, it's coming, Mark. At 4th level, I had to take the strength bump.
What have you been eating, Shawnee? What the hell?
Right?
So let me know when you take that, because there is a dice roll equation that you can put in that automatically re-rolls any 1s or 2s once that I've found.
Sweet.
It'll be awesome.
Okay.
That is a lot of damage. 28.
Yeah. So I did 12, and then I did another 28 after that. 20.
You just watch this grown-ass, grizzled veteran of a fighter literally shit his pants.
And I am a big, giant woman with a huge sword, just kind of growling at him like a bear. All right, cool. That was a great first turn. Thank you, Roll 20.
Thorn, as you begin your turn, you hear a voice in your head. Let me devour them.
Destroy my enemies, and I shall continue to wield you.
Do you let him?
If he's offering assistance, I don't see why not yet.
Point me at them.
I'm going to step 5 to get out of the carriage here, and this is the guy I'm going for.
Okay. So you point the shield at him, and you watch as the shield, the mouth of it, begins to glow red as a fireball begins to... and you launch a fireball at that bard. So everybody within fireball range...
Fire!
Everybody within fireball range is going to make a save. This shield's awesome.
It's 20 feet, right?
Yes, so it's everybody in there, including...
And you guys worried about me. I mean, you have... Look at Thorn. Thorn has a shield that shoots fire out of it.
We didn't know that till just now.
Well, technically, we always knew that the shield was bad. Ish.
But we didn't think this bad.
Okay, here we go. The bard first. I think he's gonna die. He needed a pretty high roll to save. That does not save. Next up is going to be the 4 veterans.
It's the Cameron. The Cambion.
Okay, so red 1 fails. No, it's a save, so it succeeds because it's a crit. This is red 2 fails. Red 3 definitely fails, and red 4 is dead now. The Cambion needs to make a save. He does not have a dex save, so here we go. He fails, but he is going to half that due to his resistance. Hey, Brad, did you want to roll the fireball damage?
Chani still needs to make a save.
Which one?
Chani.
Oh, Chani, yeah, give me a save with advantage.
Thanks.
Sorry, what am I saving from? Did somebody...
You're saving from a fireball that was launched from behind you that aced this bard and is now engulfing everything. Like the horses are dead, all the hay on the ground that they threw off is on fire. Thorn, in your head you hear, "I am destroying your enemies."
And am I assuming this came from an enemy or an ally? This is...
You're assuming that it came from behind you. Somebody behind you shot it.
Okay.
Immediately thinks it's Sally.
Raging, so. You said a dexterity save?
With advantage.
It is a dexterity save, advantage due to your danger sense. Hey, Brad, go ahead and roll 8d6 for me.
8.
Well, yeah, it's a fireball. Only gets more stronger the higher level it's casted to.
Johnny, you fail.
No, I got the 17 is a fail?
17 is a fail.
Holy
shiza.
Okay, so the bard... So it's 26 total. The bard takes...
I just see Chani looking at me and I point to Thorn.
Tucker did it.
Did I roll for the...
That's what I was just going to say. I could see her death glaring at Sally, and Sally's like, it wasn't me!
Roll for the
the cleric.
She fails, so she'll take 20.
If a 17 is a fail, and I'm going to take 26 points of damage, I have to burn my stones and... I have to. I don't have a choice. I can't take this much damage and be contributing to the fight anymore. God, why do I ever play combat character?
Well, to be fair...
Because I think if you were to play a wizard, I think you would have instantly died.
No, and a wizard, I would have run 60 feet back here and thrown frickin' ray of fire from way back here.
Well, I mean, if you didn't die the other encounters prior.
So, Shawnee, you watch as the fireball explodes and you sort of duck underneath the cart, but the heat and the flames wash over everything. You're hearing screaming around you as you hear a thump and you look down and sort of smoking was the body of the half cut up veteran that you were just absolutely destroying. Your ancestral guardians just continue to curb stomp on his dead corpse.
Yes, they do.
That was a good Stone's endurance roll.
Yeah, it was.
Thorn,
Hi.
you just witnessed the sort of power that this shield possesses. And he's like, let me do it again.
So I take 12 off of the 26, right?
Yes.
So 14 damage.
Are you raging?
Yeah, but I don't resist fire when I'm raging. Piercing, slashing, bludgeoning.
Only bear totem.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's a magic attack.
Still all the time.
Yeah, Thorn, you just witnessed your shield throw a massive fireball into the melee. And you kind of hear this sort of hunger inside of it for more and more. Do you have any movement and or bonus actions you would like?
I will.
That shield is going to get thrown into a very deep lake. I find out that that's what did it, or you are not holding on to that magic.
Not a bottomless pit.
Well,
or void.
We are taking it to basically seal it away in Candle Key.
It's true.
And since
So
you
I'll go
learned
up
this
and,
ability, since you learned that ability on it, I'm going to update your Shield of the Hidden Lord hand.
So I'll run up and get side by side with Chani, and I'll kind of say to the shields, like, your power is great, but unrestrained, like, you will learn restraint. Otherwise, you are useless to me.
Let me feed.
Is the bard still alive?
The bard's still alive. The priest is almost dead.
So between clenched teeth, I turn to Thorn and say, that was you? I'm
It's
fuming.
a shield that does not know restraint. Much like your rage is...
Oh man, I can just picture the feels Chani is feeling right now.
Yeah, it's fine. I'll role play it out. I'm good. I'm just on fire.
I would like to emotionally rage.
When this is all said and done, I think Beta's going to prepare a med kit for Thorn. Don't worry, I'm with guys. I'll just beat him to a bloody pulp for a moment.
Okay, this guy's going to make 2 long sword attacks and 1 short sword attack against Thorn.
I mean, to be fair, Thorn did do a lot of damage to the enemies,
with
too.
the 11, and here comes the short sword. Missing with a 10. You sort of turn around as you feel him sort of try to sneak behind you, interposing the new shield, and you're watching him just sort of beat at the shield like an infant against the door it wants to get into, and it's just not opening.
Oh my god, that's a good point, Keelim. Thank you. My hair is messed up now. It's all singed and burnt. Funny.
Nevermore is just gonna fly in that direction and await my command.
So was he on your shoulder that whole time?
I actually would have had him flying up ahead, but I didn't know we were jumping right into a combat situation.
If you would have known we were jumping into a combat situation, you would have had him flying ahead. But did you have him on your head? What did you expect? Okay, because you never made mention of it, so I wanted to make sure.
At the beginning of every day that we wake up for journey, just tell what Nevermore is doing. That way, we don't run into this.
Okay, so he's flying that way for 40 feet?
Yes.
Is that the end of his turn?
It is.
Okay, Walks, you managed to control your horse. You can either use it or you can jump off.
I'm going to jump off. And I'm clicking on the wrong thing. Going to jump off and... Wait, does that take any amount of movement, or...?
Just 5 feet of movement, or half your movement to dismount.
Alright, so... Give me 15, 20, 25, 30... And I am going to see who is closest to me. Where am I? Alright, and do I even see, like, that bar that's hiding there?
Yeah, no. No, not from there, because he's ducking behind the wall. Because this wall in front of you is about 4 feet. This is about 1 foot. It's like a stack of cairn stones that acts as a post marker. And he is ducking down on the other side, using that as...
Alright, and then with a scowl, I'll turn to Red 1. And I will basically say, you are not the woman, you're not half the woman your father was, and cast Vicious Mockery.
Okay, he... Oh, that's the wrong sheet.
And I almost did the wrong thing, too.
He fails his wisdom save.
That's on 2d4 right there.
He'll have disadvantage on his next attack. Okay.
And then for my bonus, I'll turn to Rhea and basically say, let them cower before our fury, and give her a inspiration.
Nice.
And that's it.
Rhea is going to stand up. She's going to draw her long sword and her short sword, and she's going to scream in rage, and she's going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, and make that guy her bitch. Nope. Yes. Nice. And no. Doing 10 points of slashing. It's a D6, right? Hold. It's only a 15. It wouldn't hit. Okay, so the 10 points.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that's the end of her turn. This guy's still alive. He is going to move here, and he's going to try to attack Shawnee. 3 attacks. 20 for 8. 23 for 7. And a 9.
The 9 will miss. So I will
you'll take a total of 7 damage.
Yep, 7 damage.
Is this guy dead? This guy's dead. Fallister is going to stand up for half his movement, and then he is going to go over the fence here. No, I gotta rethink that. Stands up for half his movement. 5, 10, 15 to there. Okay, here comes a hand crossbow. 23. Does 7 points of piercing to the guy that Ray is fighting. He is not looking very good. Ravenclaw. Well, the music turned back on. That was weird.
Once I get there, I'm going to aim at the figure in the air.
Okay.
First, bonus action.
You're breaking up pretty bad. What was that?
I'm first going to mark the beacon with the camera there, and I'm going to unleash 2 treatments.
Oh, you're gonna hex?
Yes.
Okay. And what are you giving him disadvantage on?
Dex saves. Or dexterity.
Okay.
Here's the first Eldritch Raven. Since it shoots 2 of them now.
Give him the boot. Okay. 19 is what you need.
And here's the second. Move back a little bit more to take cover. And that's my turn.
No, that was fucking weird.
What?
My screen zoomed all the way out, and I thought I deleted stuff. Now, where did he go? Fuck. Do you guys see him anywhere?
Oh,
See who?
The one that's
Fucking-
on initiative now, I don't see. Hovering over him in a tracker, I don't see him.
I swear I saw him like I saw him like right here a second ago, and I have no idea where he went.
I don't know how much fucking health he had left because he took a lot of. He failed, so I know he has 26 fire damage. I'm gonna pull up and.
He was banished. That's another secret spell that comes out of the frickin' shield. It banishes them.
Who? Yes.
That was an intense round 1.
yeah, Thorn. We got blown up, and Thorn retaliated by blowing them up.
That's true.
I'm just gonna leave him unnumbered. The unnumbered veteran who took 20. There we go. Okay. You know what? Shawnee is easier to hit. I'm gonna attack Shawnee.
Johnny is the
5,
lowest base.
10, 15.
She's also the angriest and swirling with ghosts.
Yes. He's very scared of your ghosts.
15 is a hit.
18 and 20.
All 3 hits.
That is a total of 23 halved to 11.
Technically, it's 5, 2, and 3, which is 10.
23 for 11. I'm just joking. You can do 10. You can do 10. I forgot that you have each individual one. Sorry about
Yeah. That's okay.
So it is the top of round 2. It is currently.
You're going to drop me in the next round anyway.
It is currently 10 o'clock. Did you guys want to push on for another round and see if you can finish them off?
Yes.
Yes.
I can do just one more round.
I'm going to drop this round anyway, so I can go to bed after.
Okay. It is the Cambion's turn.
You don't know that. This is.
I do know that. I have like 10 hit points left.
Watching his Ravenclaw kind of ran away. He's going to go. His fly speed is 60. here he is going to target Beta, who was doing healing magic. Or who was doing clerical magic, sorry, not healing magic. Beta. Give me a... No, I won't do that. He's going to fire 2 rays of fire.
Oh, you want to be mean?
25?
For a hit, yes. Oh boy.
And a 13. So he'll take 11 points of fire damage as he kind of soars up and he kind of holds out his hand as 2 rays of fire come shooting at you. One hitting you square in the chest and the other one sort of hitting the cart, singeing it, but not enough to ignite it.
Alright. I'm down.
Siren.
Well, the first attack knocks her down.
Okay. I'm gonna 5, 10, 20, 25. 30 right here. I'm gonna dash 5, 10, 15 right there, and I'm gonna attack this one right here next to Rhea.
Okay.
With my rapier. I'm gonna go and pick up my rapier.
Okay. Do take note that the wrench on him is he has disadvantage, not advantage. Okay.
Oh, it's fine.
You have 15 feet of movement left if you want to use it.
5 and no. I'm just gonna stay behind Rhea.
Okay, I dig it. Beta, give me a death saving.
Wait. Oh, Beta
That
got
is a-
killed by the devil?
Yeah,
That
it was just over 1 hit point.
Yeah.
We need to save our cleric there.
Keelan.
And that was a fail, right? Sorry, Mark.
No,
No,
was
that is a
success.
success. You have 1 success.
I have a healing potion on me. I can save her.
I can pull on my heart.
Sexy.
Alright,
Wait,
Keelan
but
is
didn't you
going
already
to-
use it on walks?
Hold on, guys. It's Keelan's turn.
I'm going after red one.
Kung Fu stepping onto the wagon and tiptoeing across the stone wall. You fly in for a Superman. Ooh. He sort of ducks the attack as he sees your shadow looming and kind of twists out of the way as you...
This action, unarmed strike.
Ooh, he cannot get away from your punch, though.
Still
You
alive.
feel bones snap underneath his armor. He's wheezing, but barely.
I'm double tapping.
Okay.
Wait, the wrench represents shouldn't he have advantage?
No, he has disadvantage on his first attack due to vicious mockery. So I'm
Okay.
Okay, the 6 will miss.
Alright.
Did you want to go again?
That was
You do two attacks, right? Boom, boom.
yeah. Bonus action, one armed strike, and then I used a key point to do a second unarmed strike. So scalpel was my attack. First unarmed strike with my bonus action. Second unarmed strike was my double tap Fury.
Oh, do you have to hit to continue your flurry of blows? Because I thought you can do 2 of them.
I'll post it.
Yeah, and since he's not a 5th level monk, his attack action is a attack. 5th level monk for fighter. I think that's what you're thinking, Mark.
Yeah.
Okay.
I took a level of Wolverine so I can heal my.
That's right.
Yep.
That's where I was getting hung up. I apologize.
Yep, a 5th level monk would get that 4 attacks, but he's not a 5th level monk.
Okay. It is the bard's turn. The bard is going to sort of peek over so he can see everything that's going on. Shawnee?
Procedure of dealing with the undead.
Shawnee,
Yes.
a charisma saving throw, please. As he looks to you, he's like, "Hey, big girl, something happened to your hair." As he's taunting you.
Oh.
Oh no! Wait, that's a thing.
I really hope I fail this one, because that's a great insult. No, there you go.
No.
I
Okay,
really
so
don't like
You're
the hair
very
comment.
emotional right now.
So it, like, even through your rage, you're like, "You son of a bitch! Don't talk about my hair." You have disadvantage. You have disadvantage on ability checks, attack rolls, and saving throws until the end of the bard's next turn. And for his action,
It says start.
until the start of his next turn, and then as his
Yeah.
action, he is going to cast invisibility on himself.
Damn it, I was gonna go after him! Like, literally push between these two guys and go after. Well, I still can. I would have disadvantage anyway. I can see where he goes unless he can. Not see, but. Unless you're making a stealth roll to know where an invisible person is. You just have disadvantage to attack them.
Okay, it is the priest's turn, and the shield messed her up. So what she's going to do is she's going to cast Cure Wounds on herself, 3rd level.
God damn it, Mark.
Oh, that's really bad. What a terrible Cure Wounds roll. So she'll take 12.
That was at
Yeah.
level 3.
That's a level 3
Yeah.
cure wounds, too.
No,
That's
that
awful.
was a 3, a 5, and a 1. And then she's going to move her spiritual weapon. Make an attack on walks.
Wait, that little.
19.
That's a hit.
This is a good clear.
10 points of force damage walk.
Oh god, that hurts.
It's almost max damage.
Sally.
Mess him up, Sally.
Keep my head up, and I'm going to shoot the cleric with a fire.
Okay. I believe that hits. Yes, that hits her 15 AC from her breastplate. Ooh, that takes almost all the health just to come back.
I'm going to spend a key point. I'm going to reroll that one.
Excuse me, when did Sally learn how to use key?
It's a sorcery point.
Oh!
Go ahead and reroll your D10. For a 4, I'll add 3 more extra. And she's back down to 1 hit point.
Damn it!
Nice.
Oh man, what a waste of a 3rd level spell slot for her. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, I'll just duck back down.
Okay.
When you
Johnny.
say duck back down, are you going prone or are you just like
I'm
saying?
I'm taking cover, you know, kind of like how the bar was.
Okay.
She's taking cover behind, because that's a push wagon that you would tie a horse to, so it's pretty tall. So she's just kind of leaning against it, not.
Right, but if you can go prone with no movement and you're not moving, stand up with half your movement, and then you literally couldn't be a target. Just a suggestion. Using cover, if you're not going to move from that space, you kind of want to go every round, unless you're not going to. But as Chani here, I'm pretty pissed off that dude hit me so hard. But I can't tell which one of these enemies in front of me is more. This guy looks like he's underneath this one.
It's not showing the health bar at all.
I think he's not. Oh no, he's hurt a little bit. Okay, well I'm gonna. I mean, they're next to each other. Maybe I'll get lucky and cleave through one and hit the other. I'm gonna.
That was the new token I laid down, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move this guy who's dead off the map.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna attack this one. So if I hit him, I'll be spirits on him anyway.
Just remember, since you were taunted, you have disadvantage.
I do have disadvantage. So I just check disadvantage. I am going to attack this guy, getting an 18.
18 still hits. And that was this guy here?
Yeah, the one to my right. This one here.
Your ancestral guardians begin to... Oh my god!
That is my max damage, which is...
knock his AC down by...
Yeah. 18 points. And I'm feeling encouraged. I will attack him again, see if I can drop him. With disadvantage still.
His new AC is 16. That hits.
Well, there we go.
I think he's
for
dead.
16 more points of damage.
Oh, he's dead!
That taunt backfired in a way.
Yeah, he had 14 hit points left. Somewhere this invisible creature goes, Jesus Christ!
Well, I am going to jump forward to here, not leaving this guy's reach, because I don't want to draw his attack, knowing that he might down me. But I want that invisible guy to feel like a little bit of fear as I just carve down this guy that jumped up on me and jump forward towards him.
You hear a fear fart. There's a fear fart.
a little fear toot. That's perfect.
Now she hears that her head is up in attention.
Chani, is that the end of your turn?
That will end my turn, yes.
Thorn.
We're just gonna swing at this guy right here.
Okay.
If I keep killing everything I put my spirits on, that means my spirits aren't helping.
A 9 would miss.
And we're gonna swing again for multi-attack.
17 hits. 4 points of slashing. You cut into his calf muscles, sort of causing him to like buckle a little bit, but he's still sort of...
Oh, nice.
23. I don't even think you can make that. Let me see. Oh, he has to crit, so I have to crit to succeed. No, I have a +5 to athletics. I need an 18. Damn it. He falls prone on top of the wagon. Unless you want to push him, he'll fall prone on top of the wagon.
And he loses 1 confidence.
He is so embarrassed right now.
And that will be my turn.
Okay. This guy, who just took the rib-cracking punch from Keelim, is going to make an attack at Keelim, disadvantage. No, at normal, because the attack... You know what? I'm going to game this a little bit. I'm going to attack Rhea with disadvantage, and then attack Keelim with it. First attack at Rhea. Oh shit, still hit her. She takes 4. This is an advantage against Keelim. 17, Keelim.
That hits.
He'll take 8 points of slashing, and then he is going to shove his short sword, hopefully, into 24. 5 piercing. So Rhea takes a total of 9. Almost nonplussed by the damage, Rhea's taken it like a champ. Still standing, both weapons held in hand. She's still ready to go. Nevermore.
Nevermore is gonna fly around the Cambion and try and distract them invisibly, given the help action.
Okay. Let's give him the... Alright. walks.
Well, it's like my pride's a little hurt from the spiritual weapon. Going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And please tell me I'm in range. Please tell me I'm in range. I can't see that far.
60 feet.
Yep, alright. Alright, I am going to just kind of look over at the cleric and basically say, I think they think. Gentlemen, on luck. Normally a man must pay admission for this sort of entertainment, and do another vicious mockery at her.
Okay. Here comes her wisdom save. She crits it.
Well, that was not my best performance.
Rhea. Sorry, was that the end of your turn? You still have a bonus.
Yeah, that's it for now.
Okay. I wasn't expecting you to end like that, but here we go. Rhea is going to take a longsword slash and try to let Red One loose of the burden of his head. Missing again here. Missing. Short. Got him. He is dead. It's the end of her turn. Is this guy still alive? This guy's still alive. He's going to stand up for half his movement.
I think it'd be better if you stayed down.
Like, completely embarrassed that he got knocked up. Like, he's got something to prove, and he's going to try to hit Thorn all 3 times. I'll show you who's embarrassed. Me. Oh my god! 8 points of piercing against Thorn.
The short sword finds a chink in his armor.
I like to think more that's like a pity hit from Thorn.
Fallister is going to go 5, 10 feet to here. Bloop is going to shoot a hand cross, missing the Cambion, and then he's going to go 5, 10 back to here, and he's going to try to use the wagon as cover.
Did he just use up the advantage I had on him?
Oh, let me re-roll that. Yes, he would have. I forgot about the advantage. Thank you for that. Boom. So that's going to be 6 plus 5 for a total of 11.
My plan, Mark.
You watch as the bolt hits him, but it doesn't seem to do as much damage. Ravenclaw.
Peeking over, I'm going to send over a Raven of Light over to revive the fallen beta. You're awake at least.
Do you have to be able to see to use that? Because she's currently, like, in the wagon.
I believe I do have to see her.
Probably stuck in the wagon rubble.
Is it an action for you to use this healing power?
Bonus.
So, for funsies, if you wanted to do this healing, you could use your action to look through Nevermore's eyes, who could see Beta, and then cast your spell to Beta, having seen Beta in the cart. But you would give up your action. If you were going to do something with your action, then don't do that. But it's just an idea that you could cast a spell with sight, line of sight, using your familiar line of sight instead of yours.
Yeah, no, I had a different plan in mind. That's why I didn't do it that way.
Gotcha.
So it is that you can see. I mean, you can jump the fence, and just go 10 feet of movement and tiptoe over, and then you can do it. And you should have enough movement to get back. So
yeah, you can stand on that.
Yeah, and then 15 feet back. So you're good. Beta, you are up with 1 hit point.
And then as an action, I will point a finger at the Cambion. Hopefully I hit. I was hoping to have advantage originally. My Guiding Raven.
Okay. $26 hits. Take 17 points of radiant. Next attack against him will have.
And that's my turn.
Okay. Oh, is this guy alive? He's dead. Top of round 3. The camp.
How high is it down there?
15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Landing right
at the
next
top
to you.
of 3.
Oh, did you guys want to end?
I mean, I feel like the battle is really close to being done.
It is.
I still work early in the morning, guys.
Well, since you go last in initiative, just tell us what you want to do, and it'll probably be over before it gets to your turn. I mean, that's an option too.
Here, we'll end with this. Cambion's going to make 3 melee attacks against Ravenclaw. $20. Take 11 points of piercing and 6 fire.
3 fire.
26.
Oh,
Take 8 points of piercing and 1 fire. 23. 8 points of piercing and 3 fire.
did you drop after the second attack?
I'm still counting it. Probably did, though.
It's a total of 34.
I'm saying if you drop him after the second attack, it would count that your hit would count as a crit, and you have 2 failed death saves.
That's true.
Ravenclaw, or did the second one drop?
Yeah, the second one dropped me.
Okay, so you got 2 failed death saves. That's actually perfect. We're going to pick up here at Siren's turn next Tuesday.
Oh,
Oh God!
yeah, putting that in chat,
Oh.
Ravenclaw is down with 2 failed death save.
Since it's the end, I don't know. Did you want to? I don't know if since we're in the middle of combat, did we still want to cast the vote for inspiration?
We'll have to do it when we pick back up.
Yeah,
After, as soon as we finish this, we'll have the inspiration doled out. Yeah, and I think some of you still have inspiration from last time too, so don't forget about those. And he kind of just shoves his spear into Ravenclaw 3 times, and you're watching as the second one, sort of like from the Lord of the Rings prelude scene, where Gil-galad is stabbing into the orc, and he has that exalted look on his face. It's totally what this guy looks like right now. You guys seem to have turned the tide, but there are still some powerful figures in play. We'll
that part is mine.
Will Ravenclaw survive? Who knows? Find out next time. Thanks for being a good sport and staying up, though, Doug. It's much appreciated.
Yep.
No,
Thank
it's
you.
a problem.
Right on, guys. Thank you all. That was a lot of fun today. There's a lot of good role play.
Mm-hmm.
Got to have some fun with Sally. So that was a lot of fun for me. And yeah. You guys are on your way to Candlekeep to see what the hell's going on. So this should be a lot of fun. Shit's about to get real. So
I'm not
All right.
dead anymore.
yeah. He lives. It is nice not seeing that minus.
I feel me your bones feel alive again.
See some of you guys on Saturday for David's game. I gotta log off. Good night,
Right
everybody.
on. Good night, everybody.
No,
Have a good night.